Oh yeah, we are live. We are live. I don't know why they using this. I don't know why they doing this like this. They changed the layout of how the thing is. They got like a little panel on the side or whatever. I don't know why they doing that. Y'all can't see it on my end. Y'all can't see it, but it looks like StreamYard had some kind of a update, and they got it like the window is smaller now because they got like another column over there. Yeah, let me see if I can get rid of. There it go. Got rid of that. My old ass eyes. I gotta squint even harder. What it do, Jaren? What it do, Omar? What it do, Mike? You see, text get pressed. Yeah, I did a video on it, bro. I don't even want to talk about that right now because I just literally did a video about it, and I'm gonna upload it. I'm gonna upload it after this live. Like the next episode of the relay, which I will upload after this live, is about the belt thing, the Teofimo thing. So, I don't want to talk about that tonight. Tonight, what I wanted to talk about actually was get y'all thoughts on this upcoming boxing league that because it's a lot of people that got a lot of opinions about it, and it feel like it's getting confusing because everybody keep trying to figure out what it's going to be, how it's going to work, what does it mean, all the different things. So I wanted to have a conversation about that. Like, what do you guys think this league actually is? Do you think it's going to work? Do you think this now means that Turkey is an adversary of Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, Top Rank, all that stuff that's going on? If you think that, Michael, then you could stay in the chat and you could talk about it in the chat. How about that? You could stay in the chat and you could talk about it with Mirage. How about that? That sound good, bro? You like that idea? Is that a good idea? I didn't realize how big Chul was until the face-off. Yeah, Skull is a big dude, bro. All right, Mike. Mike is not getting a link tonight because he want to be on his Aries. I don't cooperate with shit. You could be on that Aries shit by your motherfucking self. What it do? Hey man, the upcoming boxing league will be successful to an extent because Dana White will be involved. Well, that's what we're going to talk about tonight because I see a lot of people, they're forecasting doom and gloom. Some people think it's a positive, some people think it's a negative. So I wanted to get the panel to talk about it. And since Michael not going to be on the panel tonight, we could get some new faces up here, you know? So I'm gonna post the link in the chat and see what it do. Cause like I said, I see a lot of people. Some people think it's bad. Some people think it's good. Everybody's trying to figure out what this is gonna mean. They said that they're not gonna officially do their first card until next year. So it's a lot of time in between now and when that gets off the ground. A lot of relationships could change. A lot of things could happen. So it's very sexy right now. It's just really, really sexy right now. Shout out to the sexiness, yo. You know what I'm saying? Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano was officially announced. I've been telling y'all, I know who's on the undercard. I just ain't gonna tell y'all because y'all don't have the clearances. Y'all don't have the government clearances for those answers to the questions that you have. You know what I'm saying? But I know who's on the undercard. I know who she signed too, but I'm gonna wait for them to make the announcement. Oh, my fault. So let's get the beer money popping and let's get the conversation going. Is Dana White's entry into the world of boxing good or bad? Let's start with the Gooch. Good or bad, Gooch? What do you think?
I don't know. I have a hard time believing that it'll be like a development deal to develop prospects because there's really no money in that.
Mm.
So I wouldn't put it past, and I wrote this in the comments earlier. I wouldn't put it past them to throw a ton of money at these promoters because that's the only way. If the model is to get it to MMA, that's the way you do it because these prospects, you bring them up, they're going to split. They're gonna go where they're gonna go get paid somewhere else. I don't know. I don't know what to think of it, but that's kind of what I think.
Let me go to I'm gonna go to Ray because Country just gonna agree with whatever I say. So let me
That's
go to
not
Ray.
true. That's not true.
He just gonna agree with whatever I say. So my man Aladdin, what it do, bro?
How are you doing? Everything good?
Everything good. Now let me go to Ray. Ray, a lot of people got a lot of opinions on this TKO boxing league, right? What do you make of it? Because it's like it's a bunch of things that we don't even know. So what do you make of it?
So first off, I had heard that they were basically thinking about trying to make the UFC in boxing, like taking away like all the belts and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like the thing is, I've seen a lot of people happy about this. If they're trying to make the UFC in boxing, that is very horrible for boxing. Because one, even though people dislike the world titles, one thing that the world titles here have over MMA, and they have always had over MMA, is that they're for everybody. The
Yeah.
UFC belt does not leave the UFC. The Pride belt, when it was there, did not leave Pride. Bellator, and so on and so forth. But even though they don't happen that often, even though they've been happening a bit more often now because of Saudi, you can still have a time where a PBC fighter, even though we don't rate PBC, can go over to Frank Warren, who we rate more, fight one of their guys, and look good, and actually say, hey, look, not all these PBCs are trash. In UFC or in MMA, a guy from Bellator could be great. I've heard people say Patchy Mix at fucking flyweight is good. Okay, cool. Nobody knows who the fuck that guy is. Nobody cares to watch him fight anyone else because that's the culture they've cultivated here. And they can't do that in boxing. So I kind of just go and confused and I'm like, what
But
exactly is supposed to
do you
happen
think
here?
it is? What do you think it is? Do you think it's a league for prospects? Because the other angle of it is people think that basically what I've been seeing, and we literally don't know. This is just people trying to connect dots. They think that now he's going to turn on the promoters that he's been working with because he said he's going to crush everything. But okay, who's everything? Who you talking about? The promoters you've been working with? Who you talking about? So you can't do that with a league full of prospects. Motherfuckers
Yeah.
not gonna watch them.
But in the way that it seems like it's described to me, I'm like, all right, if you're basically going to be picking up the scraps from what are left over from the big promoters, after they're done picking up everybody, if Top Rank's still around during that time, all you are is Pro Box with some bread and an ESPN deal.
Nah, my dude, I was gonna say Pro Bellum on steroids because that's what Pro Bellum did. Remember Pro Bellum? Whoever wasn't signed to a major promoter, Pro Bellum picked them up, and they had like a huge stable in 2 months with all that
Yeah.
Kinahan money. So it was like, yeah, you could pick up the outliers, but what's that really gonna be? Like you ain't gonna be able to put everybody else out of business with that shit.
And not just that, they still need, like, they're not going to pull the established guys, which is what they need to do. Like, you're not going to have a moment again, even if Top Rank were to disappear. I think Keyshawn Davis just goes to Matchroom.
Yeah. Let me read the super chat. I gotta pay the bills. ASVP said, been waiting a long time for a live. What's good? You just want to see my face, bro. Just say that shit. Just want to see my fucking face with my fucking hat. And I
No,
appreciate that shit.
he heard about
Shut
your
ass up. Don't fucking interrupt me. What the fuck?
fuck you.
I'm just playing. Let me go to Aladdin because Aladdin don't normally get to be up here. So Aladdin, you hearing the talk around this TKO boxing league. Everybody's trying to interpret what the fuck it is. Outside looking in, what do you make of it?
Well, my starting thing again for I guess the panel would be who's going to be so Top Rank. I don't think they're going anywhere. Like you said, 1961. Who is going to be the Brad Goodman on that? You know what I mean? So Brad has an eye for the talent. Who's going to be the guy? You know what I'm saying? Who's going to be the guy to go get all these guys to sign? Because look, a guy might look good, but he might a B might look good against an F, or a C might look good against an F. But when it has to go up and fight actual real people, so that's the one thing I do believe. Like the established people, like you said, the relay I think it was a couple days ago, where Top Rank has that part of it. So I don't know that they're going away anywhere. I really don't know what to make of it because if you asking me right now, I feel like a lot of it has started just to get like ESPN to re-up with UFC. So here's like a bargaining chip. If you take this, we might re-up with you with this bullshit league. Now, I'm sorry, I don't mean it like that, but this.
No, but
this
it could be a bullshit league, like, because some people are saying the shit. To answer your question, who I think would fill the role of a Brad Goodman, right, for them in this endeavor that they have is Tom Loeffler. Because if you pay attention, Dana be hanging out with Tom Loeffler of 360 Promotions. He do shows in California. He used to promote Gennady Golovkin. So if they need a point man who knows boxing and has been in boxing for a long time, right? It ain't Dana. You know what I mean? Like, come on, B. Like, you come on, B. I would say it's Tom Loeffler. That I wouldn't be surprised if Tom Loeffler gets a cushy spot in whatever this shit is supposed to be. Drew, I don't want to hear you foraging through the trunk of your
That's
fucking
the
car, bro.
That's the windshield wipers. What do you want me to do? Drive blind, you fucking bastard?
Fuck. All right.
No, yeah, I was just gonna say, Jules, why are you breaking news? Like, Tom is already. It'll be announced soon. Tom's gonna be heavily involved. Like,
I
Joe
figured
Silva
that.
was UFC's matchmaker, so Tom is eventually gonna be in that capacity, like very high level executive VP around, like the nuts and bolts of boxing.
And the 360 Promotions, you know about them, Drew. They do a lot of shows in California. For what it's worth, it's a well-to-do small promotional outfit. They not big time, but they've been in bed with Dana for a long time. Tom's fighters fight on UFC Fight Pass, for those that don't know. That's where his fighters fight. That's where his cards get aired. So if they were going to use a guy to be the Brad Goodman of they shit, it's going to be Tom. And I think that his fighters would be funneled to this TKO boxing league. That would not surprise me, among other fighters. But the thing about Tom's fighters is, yeah, a lot of them is prospects, with the exception of a guy like Sergey Bohachuk, you know, because he's the only contender that they have. They don't got a lot of guys like that. But a lot of them other cats that Tom got is really prospects, male and female. So that kind of give me the impression that, listen, if this is going to be a prospect league, right, if you really starting from scratch, because established fighters is not going to sign Dana's dick in the booty contracts. I could tell you that shit right now. Any motherfucking fighter that can afford an attorney that can read some fucking legalese, they going to look at that dick in the booty contract and they going to say, nah, we not with this shit. We going to go over here. We not with this shit.
No, and I think
Jules,
that's where people are getting. Hold on. No, hold on. This is where people are getting misconstrued. TKO is not funding it. It's all coming from Saudi and that
That's
other
cool.
seller,
Cool.
group. So
that's cool, but if
what I'm
you got
saying is,
Dana is the one. If you using Dana, and he already said it, you trying to use the UFC model in boxing. The reason that's not going to work is because boxers got more autonomy than UFC fighters. They do. So any boxer that is worth some money, we're not talking about prospects. Prospects probably ain't got no motherfucking representation like somebody else, right? So the reason that I'm struggling with this idea that, yeah, they going to take over, because how you going to do that if you can't sign nobody?
Well, the thing is, it's
well,
not going to be. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you said enough, Drew. Let's go to fucking New Zealand.
No, go ahead, because you didn't let me finish my point. But go ahead,
No,
bro.
fucking New Zealand.
All right. Yeah, I've been following the UFC as long as I had boxing, and I cover it on my channel. It's not going to end up like the UFC, because they were very fortunate when they were coming up that they had more money and more ability than the other promotions. So that's why they enforced all of these stipulations that you can't get boxers to sign up to it. So that's not going to happen. And what you said, Jules, about how it's probably going to be a prospect league, that's one thing that Dana White does excellent in MMA still to this day, which is he's very good at dealing with new talent. Again, he won't get the stipulations he got in MMA because he got lucky there. So, yeah, with prospects, you give them opportunities that they otherwise wouldn't have, and you give them the ability to fight a lot, and you give them, good matchups, and give them a spotlight on big cards. That's a good thing. So I think overall this is good for boxing. Again, it's not going to turn out like MMA. Pay's not going to go down. There's not going to be, they're not going to get rid of the Muhammad Ali Act. That's all that's a bit too crazy.
Hey, Ring,
You don't know that they're not going to get rid of the Muhammad Ali Act, bro.
Ring,
Yeah, we
think
don't actually know that, because Dana's actually in really good with Donald Trump. So I don't rule anything out, to be honest with you.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
okay, these guys are in it to win. They're not. This is what I'm thinking. They're not in it for a prospect league, and this is why, like, getting this fighters to sign up. That's why you buy the promoters, so you buy all those contracts. And if you can buy, like I think Golden Boy would sell, and who knows what the state that Top ranks in, maybe they sell. Maybe he's been working behind the scenes, and that's why he's bringing on what's his face, because that's how you to get to a UFC style. You buy up the promotional companies, you buy up all those contracts. Then it gets a lot tougher for these boxers to, wait out their contract, and then where are they going to go to fight?
Well, let's say this. Let's say this. Let's say this, that I have a sneaking suspicion. This is just me. This is nobody else. This is just me. This is not Drew, and this is not Ray. This is not Ignacio. This is just me, okay? I have a sneaking suspicion that Nick Khan sabotaged Top Rank because he's a part of this endeavor. And if they're finagling for an ESPN deal, you need to push these other guys out. Nick Khan was involved with the Nick Khan was involved in the Top Rank deal with ESPN. Coincidentally, Nick Khan is involved in this fledgling boxing league. Now, there's rumors out there that Top Rank is going to countersue Nick Khan for, I don't know, conflict of interest or whatever. But I get the sense that when Turkey said that shit, the name that came to mind was Top Rank. That's who you want to crush. You want to push them out. Because Top Rank ain't giving you hand jobs the same way that, Eddie and Frank is giving you hand jobs. If you really pay attention, they not really. Like, Eddie and Frank, they all in, man. Like, yeah, man, fuck it. But Bob and well, not really Bob, because Bob is old. Todd, dumbass Todd, it just feel to me that y'all want distance. Y'all kind of like me. That's why I understand Top Rank, because it's a lot of criminals at Top Rank, you feel me? And criminality is my middle name. So I understand that feeling. They're like, yo, I ain't trying to be around y'all all the time. You know what I mean? Like the kumbaya shit that they was doing, that, yeah, everything is there. No, because you want access to my shit. And if I got a vision for my shit that I signed, that's part of my bottom line, you want access to all my shit. And, maybe some days I don't want to do that. With some guys, I don't want to do that. I got a master plan that I'm trying to implement. I always got the sense that during the Naked Forest frolics, the Top Rank wanted a bit of distance between themselves and their competition. Because remember, y'all can go to the zone, but we don't want to be over there. It's crowded over there. Golden Boy over there, Frank over there, Eddie over there. Where the fuck do we fit into that picture? You see what I mean? That for us, it makes sense. For us, like, yeah, I would love that, to get all my boxing from one place. Those is most of the promotions that I watch anyway. For us, it's great. They thinking, yeah, we ain't over here trying to be over here all close to y'all and shit. We trying to get our own, to do our own thing. You know what I mean? And I felt when he said that shit, I could be wrong, y'all. But
You're not wrong. You know why? I need you to take a stand on. Who had the secret society meeting in Vegas that cop reported on? Who did he say?
Oh, you right.
Who was it? And who did
right.
Turkey shade today at the press conference?
You right. You fucking the WBC. It was a WBC meeting, y'all, and
With
Top
Rank.
Rank had representatives there.
That's interesting.
Hey, but don't y'all think, like, taking a step back, if they were to get this TV deal, let's just say they got this TV deal by the grace of God, because what's coming. But if they got this, wouldn't that reflect poorly on boxing if you had like a prospect level show that's getting like a network deal, whereas the actual real fights are all streaming? Wouldn't that like reflect?
No,
That
you're
would-
not
no,
listening.
No,
You're
no,
not
no, no,
breaking
no,
it
wait,
down.
no. Let me
Depends
answer
on the
the
TV
question. Let me answer the question, because y'all name ain't Julius, right? You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna fill your ass later. And shit, I forgot my train of thought. Right. It would depend on ESPN's foresight, because I happen to think it would be very counterintuitive to have produced Top Rank shows for about 8 years, right? About 7 or 8 years, so that you can downgrade to a prospect show. And then the only reason I could think of, because this is so counterintuitive, the only reason I could think of that they might do something like this is if it comes out being less expensive for the network. That like, yo, we was giving Top Rank 80, 90 mil. We fuck with these prospects. They not gonna ask us for $3 million a fight like that kid from New Jersey. They not gonna ask us for all these millions like a Tyson Fury. We fuck with these prospects. It comes out cheaper for us. But the problem is, we as consumers, we don't know them dudes. So that's what Top Rank need to understand. I have a rapport with Bob Arum. I can hear his thoughts throughout the day. I have a rapport with Brad Goodman. You know what I mean? They know what I want to see, and they have what I want to see. I want to see Keyshawn. I want to see Abdullah. I want to see Michaela. I want to see what they got. Whereas you bringing this TKO, I don't know them motherfuckers. Who the fuck are they? So yeah, it's cheaper. Yo, stop trying to interrupt me, bro. No, stop trying to interrupt me. Yeah, it's cheaper for ESPN, but it's not better for us. Because we want Top Rank. Top Rank has its flaws. It's not that they don't. Every promoter has their flaws. But at the end of the day, you can't swap out some shit that I know, that I fuck with, that I watch. I'm only subscribed to ESPN Plus because of Top Rank. If you put this TKO whatever league, I don't know them motherfuckers. Who are they? Go ahead, Country.
We have no guarantee that those prospects are going to be good and that we're going to want to watch them. I think that it's a bad venture because Dana's going to need somebody really big to help him out. If he doesn't have somebody big, you can just it's going to fall by the wayside. It's just going to cave within.
I do agree with that they need names. You know that boxing is about familiarity, bro. You know that other people have tried it. Pro Bellum tried it. Pro Box is trying it, but they don't have the familiar. I'll say this: Pro Box actually puts on some decent shows and some decent fights, and they have more familiarity, I would say, than Pro Bellum did. Pro Bellum felt like watching boxing on a spaceship. That shit just it was odd. Y'all got boxing matches in an empty tennis stadium. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like the shit we know. So familiarity has to be a part of this for it to succeed. You can't just start off with a new stable of people that don't nobody know. People not going to be interested. Let me pay the bills. Napoli says, random thought, how would Micaiah Krebs versus Nazarena Romero fight play out if Krebs decides to take a stab at the WBA? Look, she has the skills, but there's certain shit that boils down to physicality. I think Micaiah is great, but I ain't really seen you in there with nobody who hit like that girl hit. So that's a 50-50 fight to where Micaiah has more bells and whistles, but Nazarena is just a strong ass bitch. And if she hits your ass, I don't really know what's going to happen to you. You know what I mean? Shout out to Peter. I'm Bulgarian, so y'all crack me up yelling cool Brad. I love doing that shit. Also, it'd be cool if you could upload relay and live videos to Spotify so people can listen in the gym. I'm going to try that because I'm all about making as much money as possible. I am a Capricorn. Drew knows this. That's what we all about, dog. We about two things: making money and then making more money. Shout out to Liam. Tom has that young Irish lad. Right, he has that Liam.
Callum Walsh.
Callum Walsh.
Callum Walsh. Yo, Jules, really quick, let me ask you a question because you were coming up with this theory that they're trying to squash Top Rank like a roach. What do you think that Nick Khan was the one that got Billy Keane to come out in public with this lawsuit in order to fuck with them?
Look, back when I was running Black Ops in Colombia, old Colombian told me, timing is everything. It's not a coincidence that at a time when the Top Rank deal is ending, somebody is dragging the name of the brand in the mud as much as possible, establishing connections with cartel leaders and nefarious practices behind the scene. It's not a coincidence that this happens right when the deal is about to end. So the ESPN will look at them like, oh, we don't sell cocaine, we sell sports. See what I mean? I firmly believe in, this is me, Nick Khan put Billy Keane up to it because Nick Khan is double dealing Top Rank.
No, you gotta go one layer above Nick Khan. Who's Nick Khan's boss?
You're missing one part, Jules. You got to deny, and make counter accusations.
Yeah.
Look who the CEO of TKO and the CEO of Endeavor is.
Who are they? Who are they? Come on, don't
It's
fucking jerk
Ari.
me off.
It's Ari Emanuel. He is The Rock's talent agent. He is Denzel Washington's talent agent. He owns both entities of sports and television and film. He's
Mm.
negotiating with ABC. He can easily tell ABC, who owns ESPN, like, you want my stars to be on your networks of movies and all that? Don't do the deal.
I could see that because the thing is, I love Top Rank, by the way. I love him like a fucking uncle with alcoholism. But the shit is that they just don't have the strength right now to compete with the people. Right now, they don't have it. I know that they could have it in about 2-3 years when some of these kids start to do some things. But right now, they're very vulnerable. Todd is a fucking moron. And you have to ask yourself, why would Billy Keane air out this stuff when you know it makes you look bad too? Because this puts you in cahoots with a cartel guy. You coming out with this, and I don't think it's just you. I think somebody put you up to it. They gave you a cash incentive, not because they think you're going to win the lawsuit, but because by putting it out there, it's negative press for them. They're like, yo, we ESPN, we sell sports. We don't sell bricks of cocaine, Top Rank. We don't know what the fuck you got going on with your fighters, and this dude got sanctioned by the U.S. government. We not trying to be wrapped up in all that, Top Rank. So we're going to have to cut you loose.
People remember
And right now, Jules, right now in the sport in America, let's just talk about the American market. It is fractured to the point that every blue chip network and sponsor is not touching it.
Nope.
Yeah.
So
so
nobody's touching it in that aspect. If you're not a brand, no corporates are coming near you. And who is the only entity that's paying for time? So when Turkey does these cards on DAZN, that's not DAZN's money.
No, it's not. It's his.
So Turkey. So when Turkey and Jules, so the 2030 Saudi plan, when they decide to pull the rug of funneling the cards, what's DAZN? Who's DAZN liable to give licensing fees to? Which outfit? Which entity?
Turkeys. Wouldn't you say?
So
Turkeys.
Yes. So this is going to be a lost leader, this TKO, the first couple years, and that's okay.
As always, that's how it goes.
But they have enough ammunition from who is backing them on all sides to handle this war of attrition. Where even if Top Rank, Matchroom, Golden Boy all got together with the sanctioning bodies, can they last 5-10 years of this full court press?
I'll say this. Let me read these super chats. Shout out to my man Joshua Kunju. Ali Act is the key. If it is amended or thrown away altogether, then this will look like the UFC contracts. I want you to keep in mind something though. In the United Kingdom, where I'm from, there is no Muhammad Ali Act. So it's not like repealing the Ali Act is this disastrous catastrophe. While it will enable Dana to write more fuck you contracts, that don't mean motherfuckers gonna sign them because you already got a reputation. They're like, yeah, you not gonna pay me like I'm Israel Adesanya out here. Give me fucking $400,000. You could suck my dick 400,000 times, bro.
There's a reason why so many of his star fighters transition to a fucking bullshit boxing match and then never see the end of the octagon.
Exactly. Like once they box, they don't even fight no more. You see Conroy. Conroy ain't been the same since that Mayweather money. He ain't been the same. He sniffs cocaine every day. That's how much money he made.
Which is why it's going to be different. Which is why it's going to be different with Turkey. They're like, they know they need to overpay Canelo and Crawford to launch the TKO in September, Jules. They got to pay them both crazy money.
Listen, you could launch that. Like we done seen a lot of barbershops open up where they was giving out free cuts, and it was all love at first. But if you're talking about a long-term strategy, some bit of that is going to boil down to know-how and familiarity. That while Top Rank, the most vulnerable promoters that are out there right now that could go under, honestly, and I don't give a shit about the PBC, you know that. But the two most vulnerable right now are Top Rank and the PBC. Top Rank has the strength of the stable. They got a strong stable, but it takes somebody that understands this business to see the value. Now, PBC, y'all ain't got shit. Yo, who that? They got the strength of the stable, but you need somebody that understands, like, yes, you need to re-up in this. You need to invest in this. Maybe you need to scale some things back. Maybe you do. Maybe you cut a couple of corners to save a little bit of money. But it makes no sense to throw away 7 or 8 years of work that you put in over allegations that are not proven. You see what I mean? Like, nah.
I see what you mean, Jules, but then ESPN don't even have the money themselves when they're cutting MLB. So it's
but if you cut an MLB and you letting the UFC leave, you gonna have something because you're not spending money on that.
No, but it's the parent. They're even ABC's even talking to selling ESPN.
Well, that would be good if they did that. Then ESPN would take off because the last time that happened, don't never get it twisted how much money that ESPN brings into Disney and ABC.
It's not as much as you think. It's not as much as you think, bro. With the
ABC
cord
was stupid
cutting
enough to sell ESPN, I'm telling you, it would take off.
No, it's not. It's not bringing as much in with the cord cutting.
Listen,
the cable.
I would know. I think I would. I work for ESPN, so I think I would know a little.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you. I was gonna tell you, Drew, that like, yeah, you don't win this one, bro.
Yeah,
I know, but I read that.
I'm telling you, my dude. I don't think. Just chill. I'm telling you, you don't win this one.
He could say that all he wants. He could work there. I read 10Ks for a living, bro. Like I know. They might make money,
all I'm saying
but
is
the market's changing.
So here's the thing, whatever, it's all good. That's fine. You read, that's awesome. But what I'm telling you is that would help ESPN straight away. Also, the 550. The reason they're leaving baseball is because they were overpaying. ESPN is literally, like Ring has said before, going through a fine line. What are we paying versus what the market is paying? So them freeing up 550 million would actually help. It's kind of funny that the timing of ESPN having this big meeting with the programming, and then 2 days later, this article dropped about, Billy Khan and all that also was timing. I think the biggest thing that could get done if they did it right would just be like, look, we're not going to pay that 86.6. What we should do is cut it in half and lose the exclusivity deal. If they lost that exclusivity thing, I think that would serve the best for both. Meaning, if you want to try this bullshit, whatever this league is, so I keep saying the bullshit, which I'm sorry, but if you wanted to try whatever this is, try that. And then if you also want to keep the Top Rank deal, because Top Rank doesn't have the roster, as Jules has said, right now for that 86.6. They don't. So that would probably serve best. And then you would kind of, all right, you still have your familiarity, and then you are able to build some of these young guys. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing that happens, and I just hope, as somebody had already said, it doesn't turn to UFC where we have a guy who's like 13-5. You already know 13-5 isn't going to cut it with boxers. That's not going to cut it. Fight fans can be like, dude's got 5 losses. So we loved Gotti. Everybody loved Gotti, but you always knew when Gotti took a step up, what was coming.
No, and the other thing is that you got your Gotti, you got your Chisora, right? But these were still established brands. These wasn't prospects that you was building up. These was established brands. And them kind of dudes can afford attorneys to where, yeah, I'm not signing your dick in a booty contract, Dana. What the fuck you think I look like, bro? Matchroom's still out here. Queensbury's still out here. The other thing is that Drew's always in traffic and think we need to know. We got to hear him jangling his fucking keys all fucking night.
I was muted, you son of a bitch.
No, you wasn't, because I could hear the shit. The
I
shit
just
is,
unmuted to say that.
The shit is
that people are acting like because Turkey got a lot of money, that's like when I ain't trying to hate on Turkey, by the way, but y'all understand me. Y'all gonna feel me on this. That you could give a lame motherfucker money, but he's still a lame motherfucker. Exactly. See, another motherfucker gets some pussy with some jokes. This motherfucker gotta buy Birkin bags and red bottoms and Balenciagas.
Got a trick.
You got and the way I look at it is some percentage of taking over this sport all boils down to relationships and know-how. That just what Aladdin just said. Some of this shit you gotta know what the fuck you looking at. You need a guy that know what the fuck he looking at, and then, which is the wild card, it needs to pan out. Because if that motherfucker lose, well, there goes the fucking neighborhood.
And you know what else, man? To add to that, Jules, like everybody talks about when it comes to Turkey, they're like, oh, all his money, he could do this, he could do that. I'm like, hold on, slow down, fam. You got to keep in mind, most of the promoters he's dealing with, they comfortable with the money they have. You know what I mean? They good. Like, and then you got a fighter like Canelo. Yeah. He's comfortable with what he has, with his money. Like, your amount of money ain't swaying him from his goals or their determinations or like where they draw as a promoter, where they draw the line when it comes to this or that. You know what I mean? Like, these motherfuckers are comfortable with where they're at. And
the other thing is, while I appreciate what he did, I'm not taking away from nothing that he did because he delivered me some great fights. But I'm just saying that a part of that is that, well, you were dealing with brands that were already built. You know, the work was put into Better Beef's career. The work was put into Bevor's career. The work was put into Fury.
As a matter of fact, you know what he is?
Hold on, wait. I'm not finished making my point.
My bad. Go ahead, dog. My bad. Go ahead.
The hard part was already over. It's like the story of Heyman coming to Mayweather. Brody, by the time Heyman come into the picture, Mayweather's already a world-class fighter. You didn't do that. That's something that you don't know how to do. So when I look at Turkey like, yo, yeah, Turkey got a lot of money, make no mistake. And you was able to bring everybody to the table. But a lot of the work for the brands and the fighters, it was done already, bro. We already knew Better Beef versus Bivol was a great fight. We already knew Fury versus Usyk is the two best heavyweights at this point in the junction. We knew that already. So if you now trying to start from scratch, and now you, and I don't know this, Alex, I don't know this. I'm just addressing the potentiality that people are saying. That if now what it's going to be is Dana and you versus all of them, even with your money, I don't think you win. Even with your money.
Exactly. Well, look, I'll tell you like this. It looks like, to put it in another perspective, it looks like this to me. Turkey is that dude who pulled up to the crap cipher, watched the same dude roll for 10 minutes, and started laying his side bets. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Turkey has the patience to see a prospect league and grow it and all that. I think, again, what do you do with Canelo? You know, he was frustrated that he couldn't get him, and then what does he do? He throws a shitload of money at him. Then it was, there was talk of him fighting Jake Paul. Says, fuck it, I'm giving you a 4-fight fucking deal. He's in it to win. I don't see him having the patience, and he'll throw money at the whole thing. He'll hire all the best people, like what you were saying. Find who has the eye for talent, hire those people. I think, and then with these the UFC and the WWE guys coming in with their money, I don't know, man. I think they're gonna buy up everything.
Let me read the super chats. They piling up. Let me read the super chats because they piling up. Liam Roskell says Gary Jonas is crying that this is targeted at Pro Box. Ring Mag Riyadh will handle the high end of the sport. TKO will be the B League. Yeah, Gary Jonas, don't flatter yourself, bro. I don't even think they know you exist. Don't flatter yourself, bro.
Why you got to be like that, Jules?
I ain't trying to hate on, but that's like, come on, though. Like, they not thinking about you, bro.
That's some shit Clarissa would say, right?
That is some shit Clarissa would say. Sergey said, shout out to Sergey Ring. Who you got, Raven or Karras? I answer that question in my next video. After I'm done with this live, I do have my fight breakdown for that. Shout out to motherfucking ASVP. I think the money will be great for 98% of fighters, but that 1% will be tricky. Virtuoso said Terrence Crawford going on IG Live back in 2022 to reveal that bullshit PBC contract to fight Spence with no purse guarantee was an Ali act moment. I don't know, man. Dana's pretty cool with Donald Trump, so I don't know, dog. Like, could they repeal it? I don't rule it out.
Yes, they could.
I don't know. The belts part is just what gets me, though. It's like
fellas, the CEO of TKO, and the CEO of Endeavor was Donald Trump's former talent agent. Like I said, it's Dana's the face of it. It's the guys behind the scenes that are moving and shaking. The Len Blavatniks that sold part of DAZN to Saudi. Like it's a deeper, darker criminal link.
And I know my man Daniel in it. Daniel Kinahan, wherever you are, bro. I'm with you, bro.
Hey, Jules, I missed that part. Hey, hold up. Repeal what? What y'all talking about? Repeal what?
They want to repeal the Ali Act. They've been talking about that for about 2 weeks, right? Let's say 2 weeks. Has it been 2 weeks? 2-3 weeks?
Yeah.
They've been saying they want to repeal it, and you know what that does? That gives Dana the autonomy to be able to do in boxing what he does with his UFC. The only thing that saves him, one at a time. The only thing that saves him is that when the Ali Act was written, it was for boxers. It was for boxers. It wasn't for cage fighters.
Yeah.
So
it's not going to get overturned.
Like what?
I mean,
in the early 2000s, 99, 2001, 2000.
It was 2001, and it's not going to get overturned. I mean, they've been fortunate that one of the reasons it wasn't written into MMA is because Congress, MMA is a very new sport, so not many congressmen know it too well. So that's why they were able to, again, do all these crazy things, which you can never get independent contractors to sign up for. I mean, UFC fighters did it because they had no alternative, and the UFC could freeze them out and make sure they go broke. So that's not going to happen in boxing. They may try, but they won't be able to. You can't get
It's a lot of
athletes
money
who,
in this, Kiwi. It's a lot of money. It's a little hard to think that these people with this kind of money don't get what they want. It's a little hard. Like I'm with you that yeah, you could say that, but look at these guys, bro. These guys is heavy, man. These
No,
some heavy dudes.
Jules, I agree. I agree with you, but I mean, what the guys were saying earlier about how Turkey has gone a bit big for his boots and stuff. He did that with Canelo, and Canelo pretty much gave him the middle finger, and then suddenly they're shaking hands. Like, I also did a video on this last year. Turkey said some things about Naoya in a way which I didn't really like, and now they're shaking hands. So Turkey's the one with the money. Dana was always the face. The Fertitas owned the UFC, and Dana, he never owned it. So Turkey, he's the one with the guy, the potential to
Shit, they got him.
change
Turkey
things,
got him.
but there's limits. I mean, he may try repeal the Ali Act, but they can't. Like, they'll try, but Turkey's
Why do you say they can't when they can?
Hold now. Next question, because I want to go. I want to go get something to drink. So the next question for y'all is it y'all interpretation that Turkey is now turning against the promoters that he's been working with? Is that what's happening in y'all opinion? Go.
I disagree. I don't think he's turning against any of the promoters. I think he's clearly they don't have the same goals. Like, they have their own wants, but overall their feeling is mutual about making the most money. So no, I don't. I think this is just business conflict. I don't think that he's turning against them.
I think he's like just carving his own path is what he's doing, and he's not going with the conventional grain that the other promoters are.
No, it's not. It's not even that. Turkey has directives from the Royal Prince of Saudi to turn the entertainment division of Saudi into a destination place. He's thinking of how I build up my nation, while the promoters are just trying to make a buck. Mm-hmm. It's a totally different vision, totally different mindset, totally different implementation of what they have planned. Like, they're getting the World Cup in 2034. They want to turn Saudi into Vegas of the Middle East. So it's a totally different way of thinking. They are going to run roughshod. It's a friendly takeover till it's not, till it becomes hostile, and now it's hostile. And
I agree with that.
And what people don't understand is Saudi has invested in DAZN. They have I think a 9 or 12% stake in DAZN, the only outfit that's really giving money to boxing. Who do you think DAZN is going to give more money to put on shows eventually? All these other promoters or the Saudi League?
The Saudis.
This is a 5 to 10 year play where it gets developed and branded, and the next generation of guys that come out of the next fighters that are 16, 17 now, in 10 years they'll be fighting in the league. That's what it's for. The immediate guys, like right now, like Teofimo. You think you're going to get Teofimo to ever go back to Top Rank for their guaranteed purses when he can just keep going to Turkey?
No, they won't.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So how is it not? So when you look at Ari Emanuel and what he's done in Hollywood and what he's done in sports, who's really running the thing, and Dana's just the face, those guys don't lose. So with him, with the Royal Prince of Saudi, with what's really going on behind the scenes, his leverage in Hollywood, do you think they're going to lose?
And I think
lose in terms of what? Lose in terms of what?
Lose in terms of not getting their objective done, of dominating the combat sports entertainment, with having all the best combat sports entertainment under the TKO umbrella. If you listen to their
I'm not sure they're going to lose to your
earnings
point.
calls and what Mark Shapiro says, what TKO sees himself in 10, 15 years is having the best wrestling entertainment, MMA entertainment, and boxing entertainment.
I'm not sure you're going to lose, but I think I agree with a lot of what you're saying. I think they're going to make a real big push after the Olympics to 2028. But I do think they may see like what they can make. So put it like this. the juice versus the squeeze as far as boxing and what they're going to see versus the World Cup. I could see them losing interest in the boxing side of it, just being like, you know what, we're putting up way more than we're getting back. Whereas with the soccer, when they really get it going, that, I mean, as much as I love boxing, and I love boxing more than anything, I just think when you see that World Cup stuff, the ratings and the money that they're going to
Oh
get
yeah, yeah, that's
generate.
the biggest sport. But
They,
Wait, but
envision this: it
uh-huh.
is 2030
Hmm.
WrestleMania weekend. You're gonna have a huge boxing event that Friday, a huge UFC event that Saturday, and then WrestleMania on Sunday. That's the vision.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
It's
to
going
do
to be
that,
a
it's not like a light work though.
Two
Like,
things.
but of course, but they have the money to do that. They have the branding to do that. They have the networks to do that.
Will they have the
wait, what
religion to do
branding
it
though?
though? Will
But
they have
like,
That's what I mean.
The
Like,
WWE is not a brand.
Hold on.
it's a
Hold on. ASVP said, I'm sure Turkey has other motives that lean more towards his country, but at the end of the day, I think he really loves boxing. I think
I
he
don't
does.
see that, but
No, I think he loves boxing. It's not that he doesn't, but his vision, and that's always been the vision. That's why people, when I see people talking about pay-per-view buys and shit like that on Twitter, I'm like, yo, y'all really some block-ass motherfuckers, man. You can't see past 10, but this is not about making money from boxing, you stupid motherfucker. This is about changing the way that people view Saudi to turn it into the new Vegas, the new entertainment capital of the world. That's what it's about. You think that motherfucker give a shit if 50 people bought it or 100? He don't give a shit
Thank you,
about
dude.
none of
Yeah,
that.
Like, dude, he
is that
just hold on. He just left the press conference to have a meeting with Tom Brady and Shaq. They're going to
You know,
start they're starting their own professional basketball league eventually to compete
my
with the
dude.
NBA. Like, come on.
This dude is over there with motherfucking Anthony Hopkins, Zack Snyder, and y'all think he worried about a couple of boxes from your block? You stupid fuck! Like,
yeah, exactly. It's unfortunate that we got a fight like Beterbiev and Bivol, which was never going to sell that great, but we got it because they got paid what they wanted. But we got it because you had a guy who was prepared to lose money on shows. Like, if
will
we
they
didn't,
relax will they, not to offend anybody, but will they relax the religion and the drinking in order to make it like
I
Vegas?
No.
believe that.
Because I've been
I believe they will. I believe they will dedicate a portion of that area. They will create because this don't work if you don't.
Yeah.
It don't work if you don't.
so it's like
No,
Amsterdam, a portion of it.
listen to what the royal prince is saying. He wants to do after his father passes. They're gonna lighten up a little bit.
A little bit or a lot, because in order to make it
I'm
like
They're gonna
telling you a
lighten up
lot,
a little bit.
bro. I'm telling you, I've seen it. There's gonna be prostitution. There's gonna be brothels.
yeah.
You could go to Olive Garden and get a hand.
living together.
Don't fucking interrupt me, bro. See, I done lost my train of thought. Like, you go to Olive Garden and get a fucking hand job. It's great, bro. It's fucking great.
You know what? The other thing, the card on the 22nd. Now that I think about it, that was an international card. Maybe they just don't really give a shit about the fucking U.S. because the future is international.
Well,
And-
to add to your point, I'm gonna pass it back to you. That's what I always thought. You're not expecting Americans to buy a fucking card full of Brits, a New Zealander, a guy from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, China, clearly 2 Russians in the main event. I mean, like, it's very obvious that your target audience is not Americans. They wasn't worried about no American money. Go ahead, Gooch.
Yeah, maybe they've already
Yeah.
written off the U.S. And then you also have, you not only have turkeys. I mean, you don't really have turkeys. You have the Saudi Arabian bankroll behind you. So yeah, I mean,
And fellas, what sanctioning body did their most to devalue this light heavyweight championship? But the WBC running their mouth about who wants to see 2 Russians, and I'm not going to sanction it.
I'm gonna get into that. That's why I don't want to spend a lot of time on that today. I'm gonna upload the episode of the relay where I talk about it, and then we're gonna discuss it tomorrow while I watch the MVP card, because I'm gonna go live tomorrow night for the MVP card. But motherfuckers, like that's why I don't like Twitter, man. Like, stupid motherfuckers should not have a platform where you have to read the shit they say. They just should not, bro. Like, yeah, motherfuckers like y'all, they need to tape y'all mouth shut. Nothing productive is going. You stupid fuck. You think these kind of people are worried about a couple of? Do you understand? Nah, you stupid fucks, man. I'm like, and I just be seeing these dumb motherfuckers. Like, see, that's why your daddy wasn't shit, and that's why your mommy wasn't shit. Because you fucking dumb. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
You too dumb.
And I could see it, like I was saying, Jules, a Super Bowl type weekend for TKO. We're like, okay, it's WrestleMania one day, it's the biggest UFC fight the next Saturday,
Here's the shit,
and the
Drew.
boxing the thing event the other day.
Here's where me and you differ. You automatically assuming that they're gonna succeed, and I'm thinking they won't.
I don't bet against Ari Emanuel. He's never not succeeded.
That's cool. That's cool.
Like,
It's a first time for everything. But what I see is, look, a lot of what you want this to be eventually will rely on the people that you're selling it to. Is we buying this shit? I don't see nothing yet you doing against my dick hard. Not yet. Now, as long as you fucking with shit that I know, you got me. You gave me my Fury and Usyk. You gave me my Better Beef and Bivol. Right? You give me Crawford Canelo. That's what you got to do for me. If you come over here with some other motherfuckers and I don't know them, meanwhile, Keyshawn is fighting so-and-so, Abdullah is fighting so-and-so, I'm worried about them. I'm not worried about the fuck you got going on. I don't give a fuck how much money you got.
Now, let me ask you this. If you got a couple no-name fights, but then you got Canelo Crawford and Joshua Fury on the same inaugural Netflix card, does that get your dick hard?
I mean, that would, but we don't know that it's gonna. We don't know that it's not even that. We don't know that it's gonna come to that. There's already rumors coming out that Canelo versus Crawford is gonna be on fucking Netflix.
I said Netflix.
No, but that's what I mean. And like, you already kind of taking me away from shit. You see what I mean? And I see what you're doing. And it's like, yeah, of course I'm gonna fuck with Canelo. That's fucking Canelo. Of course I'm gonna fuck with him.
You think Turkey fuck with Netflix?
He's going to.
Right?
So you saw the press conference.
Right? You saw the press conference?
Mm-hmm.
Turkey was being a little deceptive and elusive, but he, you know what I mean? But that mentioning of like, you know, hey, you got some stuff you still got to do. You got unfinished business. You got to do that. September. And Canelo, all he said was, hey, he laughed at, I got you. My question is that a David fight or is that a Crawford fight?
My dude, no, September's Crawford. Like that's done. That's done.
Someone had to bring up David.
No, I'm saying because like the way they were being real subliminal about it, I'm like, we're all pretty sure it's Crawford. So why are you being subliminal? Like
it's not. It's because they not. It's like it's not sublim per se. It's just look. Put it this way. Canelo is Canelo. He could get you a lot of pay-per-view buys. Just imagine what he could get you on Netflix.
No, exactly, bro. I agree with that. But what I'm saying is,
well, I ain't even Mexican, but when he fight, I'm Mexican, bro.
You know what I mean?
You understand?
Yeah, I'm Mexican right now, but when he fights,
you're not more Mexican than me. Okay? When Canelo fight, I'm fucking from Guadalajara, bro. Fuck this shit.
You get drunk like a Mexican.
It's not secretive, bro. It's like if you watch the Dana interview with Turkey, like Dana's like Canelo, like, bro, let's get one thing at a time. And Turkey just wants to tell everybody all his plans right now. Yeah. He doesn't want to let shit happen. Like, bro, let's roll it out till we got everything situated. Turkey's just ready to just like, no, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that.
Put the tip in. Turkey want to put the tip in. He ain't got no restraint.
All I'm saying is this, Jules. What rubbed me weird was all of us, the whole fucking boxing world, we're pretty fucking sure we're getting Canelo Crawford in September. We're like, all right, bet. And then for him, when he got the mic at the press conference for Turkey to, like I said, be deceptive and being all weird about, but just mentioning, hey, September, and the Canelo laughs and says, I got you, like,
that's Netflix. If I had to guess in all my fucking wisdom in 400 years of being on this fucking
that's
blue
all we're
dot,
doing is guessing. That's all we're doing is guessing. I'm just
in 400 years of being in this blue dot in space, my guess is that Canelo is the ace in the hole to get a Netflix deal.
Ooh.
That's my.
It wasn't so much as about the opponent; it was about that deal that's coming.
That's what I think it is. That
Turkey probably already sent him.
Netflix want to do big shit. It's a huge platform, bro. But they not here to build up Billy Collins from fucking Dublin. They're not here for that.
They're just gonna take the.
They're not here to bring up motherfucking Rodrigo Mateo from the Dominican Republic. They want established brands for metrics and live television. Bro, that's Canelo. That's Canelo. Yeah, that's Canelo.
And you know what? Netflix can sit back. They don't have to do a single fucking enduring contract with anybody, and just onesies and twosies from UFC and fucking boxing, any sport. Take the biggest fight, the shit that can make most money, one at a time. Boom. Here's a one fight here's a one card contract. Here's a one card contract.
While he doing that, them other guys, because I sense just the nefariousness in me It is a double cross. It is. That's the fact that I'm looking at it. He's plotting against y'all. So y'all got to get ready because he is plotting against. That's what I see. He's
But we
plotting against y'all.
talked about this. We saw it coming, Jules. Like when come on, like he did it with Live Golf.
I'm just saying. I'm saying. I fuck with Canelo. Don't get it twisted. But Canelo is only one fighter. He's only one fighter. Matchroom still has a lot of shit I want to see.
And not much time left, bro. He's only got a few years left, man.
Top Rank still has a lot of shit I want to see. Even Golden Boy to a lesser extent. Queensbury definitely, because they got the heavyweights. So, Eddie, if you listening to me, you better sharpen your sword. Better sharpen that shit, because it's about to get real out here.
But you called it out right now. I know for a fact Netflix told Nick Khan, Dana, Ari, like, you land us Canelo, we'll bring TKO, we'll bring the boxing and UFC the way we did WWE.
But then if that's the stratagem, where does Sabotage and Top Rank at ESPN fit into that picture? Because this is describing a separate scenario when your end game is landing a Netflix deal. If your end game is landing a Netflix deal, then you don't need the Sabotage, Top Rank, and all that.
That's just being petty between Ari and Dana when Dana hates Bob. He hates Todd.
Like, that's true. He don't like Bob.
What did Aram say? That's just a bunch of guys rolling around, neo-Nazis
like
with
a bunch
tattoos.
of homosexuals.
They are though.
It's just petty. It could be just pettiness.
Come on, man.
That's really expensive for pettiness, bro.
Come on, those are fucking billionaires. You don't think they're petty, bro? Come on, like
I think
that's a lot of expense for petty,
bro. They got nothing else
a lot
to
of
do.
issues.
Of course they are, bro. Like they're still humans, just like the rest of us, man.
ASVP said people over here won't even pay $25 for a pay-per-view. I wouldn't bother with Americans neither. It's been a wrap for America a while. The weird shit is, yo, I just like if I didn't need news fast, I would not use Twitter, bro.
Bro, the 90s were the fucking glory days, bro.
If I just the amount of dumb shit I gotta read from the stupidest motherfuckers on the planet, I'm like, yo, y'all motherfuckers just the fuck wrong with a lot of y'all? Like, you got birth defect or something, bro? How could you be this dumb?
Oh, bro, we see it, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? That this is shit on a level that most motherfuckers don't really understand. That y'all really think that man is worried about pay-per-view buys. You really don't know you don't know any fucking thing, dog. You don't know anything. But go ahead. And I'm just saying that I could see it being a thing where if you're trying to get a Netflix deal, but you still trying to screw these guys over, is because at some point when we wasn't looking, when we wasn't around, the audience, they decided that, yeah, you don't control us. We'll rock with you for certain shit, but you don't control us. And that's what you want. You want to control us. You want access to fighters that we have under contract. Your vision at times impedes our bottom line. And we got a taste of that when Anderson got his motherfucking ass whooped. You came right to our fighter. We didn't want that for him, but you went to him and offered him that money, and we can't say nothing because we ain't giving him that. See, we don't want no more of that. We don't want you going to Keyshawn and Abdullah and doing what you did with Jared. So I'm saying that, yeah, you trying to get Top Rank out of here just because they drew a line in the sand. They're like, yeah, we'll rock with you, but you don't control
and exactly why that hit piece came out.
I can't comment on that,
But like I was saying, Jules, you're right, because what did WWE do to WCW? What did UFC do to Strikeforce? They're petty. They want them all out.
Yeah, but that
UFC didn't do anything to Strikeforce though. Didn't they just get out because they lost their network deal?
They also behind the scenes network stuff.
Y'all gotta let Kiwi talk shit. Go ahead, Kiwi.
I was just gonna say, because I got to hit off, but the Fertittas, they actually sabotaged the UFC so that they could get it for a cheaper price. This was done the year before they bought it. So of course Nick Khan pulling that with ESPN, but also Jules, what you mentioned about the prospects, that's one thing again Dana's very good at. Like Ari Emanuel, he's just a business guy. He doesn't know shit about boxing or MMA. He's just a rich guy. But Dana's good at building fighters, relating to them, dealing with them, all that stuff. And yeah, I'll bet money on this. The Ali Act's not going anywhere, so you're not going to see any uniform or video game deals like that the UFC fighters, get screwed over with. But anyway, catch you later, guys. Thanks for having me on. Peace out.
Yeah, get
Yo,
out of
let me
here. That was
let me read the
very
super chat.
intellectually dishonest what he
What
just said.
what happens?
WMMA scene said Dana coming for boxing. Get ready for nonstop Callum Walsh, baby. Along with boxing champs making 500,000 tops. That's only if you dumb enough to sign to that motherfucker. I maintain that. There's certain shit you can't duplicate. One thing that keeps boxing, that has kept boxing the way it is Dana, you don't know nothing about the motherfucking UK. You fucking don't, bro. You don't understand the dichotomy. You don't understand. You don't get it that there's a grassroots movement over there that you, with all your money and all your backing, you can't duplicate it. All you could try to do is piggyback off of what somebody else built. I don't actually believe that Dana can build the boxer, because if you could have, you would have. You've been trying to get, listen, you've been trying to get, this is how boxing is. Boxing is a motherfucker. And you don't need 30, 40, 50, 100 fighters. You can have one good ass fighter that'll make you a lot of money. You can have one. For a long time, all Golden Boy had was Canelo. Everybody else was an NPC. All they had was Canelo. But with Canelo, one Canelo, y'all was making bank, right? So, Dana, you've been trying to get into boxing by my count for, I don't know, man, look like close to 20 years. You've been trying to get in here, right? That if you knew how to do this, you would have did it. It's you wouldn't need Turkey if you had the know-how to do it. You don't know how to do this, and that's why I'm not sold that it's a lot of powerful people, and we'll see what they can make happen. But if what this is you versus them, I'm thinking they win. Yep. Because they got something you don't have, and that's know-how. You gotta know how to eat pussy, bro. You could look it up. You could watch a porno, but that's not gonna tell you where to touch shit while you eating the clit. When you're in there, when you're doing the shit, you rub a thigh, you rub a titty.
Jules,
take
but
it.
That was a brilliant expose. Dana is self-aware to know like how he took over UFC MMA. He's like, I can't do it unless I got a rich partner, and the business has to be fractured.
But the other thing is
boxing's
gotta know
fractured
right
now.
Boxing has always been fractured, but the idea that because you got a little bit more money or a lot more money than you had before, you still missing the most important thing that wouldn't even require you to have a bunch of money. Know-how. You don't have that.
You on point because like for example, take college football. Do you know how many college football guys that get scholarships do not hit? Let's say you got a team of 100 guys. You hit on probably 50 of those guys. There's 40, 50 guys that couldn't play dead in a Western. It's the same thing. So if Turkey's going to be like, all right, we're just going to go ahead and just buy, we're going to try and get every single prospect. You know how many guys you're going to end up missing on just because if you don't know what you're looking at, you don't know.
Exactly. Like look, fucking Eddie signed 2-3 Americans, right? You signed Richardson Hitchens, Jalil Hackett, and who's the other one he signed?
Are you talking about Otha Jones?
He signed a couple of kids. He signed a couple of kids, but the point that I'm making is use that as a formula. You signed 3 kids. Which one of them hit? None of them.
Oh, you're talking about that Cleveland dude,
right? Like none of them popped off. You don't have. At some point, this thing becomes about know-how. That if you have the know-how, you look. Top Rank ain't spending all the motherfucking money, all the everything. They got Brad. Brad know what he looking at. He know what he doing. He know what he don't need Turkey to say, yeah, that kid, we gonna sign that motherfucker because he got the shit. I already know what we gonna do with him.
And then
you can't buy that unless you buy Brad. Maybe if you buy Brad, then maybe.
Ring, not to cut you off, but so the other thing is to your point about know-how, you also got to know how to develop a fighter. So let's say you get a guy, boom, all right, like for example, Abdullah. Everyone liked Abdullah, but they wanted to see Abdullah against guys who fought on the outside. Then they wanted to see him guys who fought on the inside. They want to see him against pressure fighters. Now they want to see him against punchers. You have to, in order to get these guys to where you want to be, there has to be a certain steps and paths to get there. It just can't be like, all right, boom, you're on whatever it is, the big stage in Riyadh season. It's not gonna work like that.
I don't think it could be as neat and tidy as you think it can be, Drew. Because some things, money can't get you swag. Money can't get you personality. Money can't get you style, right? Just money in and of itself. You could buy things, but That's not a lot. Whereas it's a motherfucker that'll stand there with his hands in his pockets, tell 2 jokes and get a blowjob that fucking night. Didn't spend shit. Didn't buy shit. There's a guy.
Yeah,
Jules,
Jules.
but then they also have.
Just DM'd you on Twitter, Jules. Mauricio clapped back with an interview.
I'll
Jules,
look at it. I'll look at it.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
That's why I
So-
like
Stand by.
Top Rank though, because they are great at developing fighters, man. For a promotional company, they always have been.
Yeah, hey man, the Top Rank will give you bangers and shit for like non-pay-per-view. You know what I mean? Regular TV, it'll give you some bangers.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of like point out like the thing is, and why I've like never bought is because Dana's never like, or at least he hasn't for an extremely long time. He hasn't really been able to develop a lot, and a lot of what he's done has been like wait till other shit completely collapse. Like Drew said, like, oh well, you know, he waited till stuff was fragmented. No, he waited till Pride straight up died because of a Yakuza investigation. It had to get that bad for them to finally get past Pride. It took no, it wasn't Bellator. It was
Strike Force.
It took Strike Force to straight up get kicked off of, I think it was Showtime at the time, for something that was not related to the UFC. It was a brawl or something that they did on the platform, and Showtime was like, yo, we cannot have this here. Get this the fuck off our station. And it took that for that Strike Force to completely disappear. And think about this, he's basically owned MMA for this entire time. And he can't crack Japan for shit. Pride doesn't even exist anymore and he still can't crack Japan. So how are you going to do that if you have all the money in boxing when Hashi Promotions is just fine, whatever other promotion there is just fine, and you're going to crack it now? What? Why? Because you magically got more money? No, you've owned MMA and you couldn't do it there.
You took the fucking words out my mouth. That while I see it's ambitious, honest to God, the only way this works is if you have people help you. Because y'all, because yeah, y'all did y'all thing with this and that. This is boxing, homie. This is different than the shit y'all be doing. Y'all don't think it is because y'all got a lot of money. That's how a motherfucker with money think. Well, I got all this. Yeah, I ain't motherfucker. Like I said, it's a motherfucker somewhere, hands in his pockets. He will tell 2 jokes and get a blowjob that fucking night. Not spending shit.
Never mind on that interview. That's an old shit Isan tweeted. I'm going to tell him why you retweeting old shit.
Yeah, because I ain't watched the shit yet. I'm glad I didn't, because my episode of the relay is about that, and I'm gonna upload it right after I finish.
It was that interview when him and Doug Fisher were going back when Doug said they're corrupt. the sanctioning bodies rankings are corrupt, and he's like, it's a magazine. Who cares?
Yeah, I remember that. He was complaining about Ring Magazine. And yeah, man, you know that I just don't see a way where you could do this. See, if you were bringing all the promoters under an umbrella that was helmed by you, then I could see you monopolizing this thing. If you bring them all, but that requires too much, bro. That requires them to basically acquiesce power and contracts to you, which I don't think they're gonna do that. I think they like their autonomy, you know, that you're willing to do things for them and prevent them from having to go in their own pocket to do fights. Yeah, that's beautiful. But I don't think they all about to kiss the rings. Quite honestly, a lot of them not going to do that, you know? So we'll see what it do. But as far as them taking over, my vote is I don't think they do. I don't think they do. I don't. I think they could be a powerhouse. I think they could be a powerhouse within the sport, but I don't think they take it over. I don't. I'm going to take a shit after these commercials.
Are we talking about Clarissa saying she's only a main eventer? She won't fight on the undercard on Netflix? Or is that on the relay? No, she did say that.
No, I don't doubt it, but ain't nobody paying shit to watch her.
Yeah, I right? Like, that's just one through one ear and out through the other. I was like, all right, well, then she could just not fight, I guess. Cool.
Yeah.
She's a clout chaser, period. I mean, that bitch was at Matias's fight last weekend trying to get on camera when they're trying to interview fucking Matias. Get the fuck out of here.
Also, what's it called? Random thing I know, but like honestly, I think Oscar would rather like cut off his like left nut than actually go under Dana White, to be completely honest. He hates him probably more than Bob.
Yeah.
Well, you don't think he hates it even more now seeing Richard Schaefer up there with Canelo? On the Ring magazine he sold?
I don't know if he cares since he sold it, but
Oh, he definitely does care. He does.
But yeah, that I don't know. I'd be very shocked if they could even try to like slightly pull it off. To be honest, I've never backed Dana. I think his whole philosophy has been kind of overrated. I just don't see it. I don't see what he's gonna do for a guy that's had so much control over one industry to fail at it doing so much in it is impressive to me. The only places he's really
He's
conquered.
it's gotten bigger though.
It,
If you look
it's gotten
at
bigger in some places.
but if you look at the numbers on the 10K under TKO, it's outperforming every year itself.
How is that
What do you
though?
mean?
Considering that they don't have brand name stars
It's
anymore.
not about the brand. It's not about the brand name anymore. It's about the brand. That if they can keep, if you're making more money each year, is it not successful?
I
Yeah.
guess, but at the same time, you don't have people to
That's
market
the
though.
only metric that matters to those people. Am I making money for my shareholders? Am I in the plus or in the red after every quarter? That's all
But
that
how long does that last?
I'm not saying he didn't do a good job with the UFC. I'm saying like literally the UFC. It's not like you're going into something established. It's not like you're like making a new NBA or something. It's literally like if you found a random sport. I don't know. Let's say people start liking handball more. It's like if you just went into like, oh, people started liking handball. Well, I'm gonna make a handball league, and I'm gonna be the first people to do it, or I'm gonna buy the first handball league that was made. That's basically what UFC was. You're not going into boxing saying, oh yeah, I'm buying Top Rank. You're going into it saying, oh, I'm gonna be making something completely new, and I'm just gonna have a lot of money behind it. And we're gonna see what happens.
And if we look at it, what it is too, TKO is Turkey's league. The league that they're doing is Turkey's. Saudi's paying TKO to manage it the way they've branded WWE and UFC with their sponsorship connections, their network connections, their PR machine. Saudi is funding this till they don't want to fund it no more. And by the logic of just overpaying fighters, it's gonna disrupt more than it fucks up. These promoters are gonna have to compete with like, damn, I want to go over there because they're gonna overpay me.
Yeah, but then at the same time, you need guys to fight those stars that you're going to try to poach from other people. So if you don't have quality B-sides, then how is that going to work? I mean, nobody's going to pay.
No, I hear you. But if they're in it to lose money the first 4 or 5 years just to get the names to keep fighting over there, and then after the B-sides are developed, like we're talking about, that you could see that's the model. You could see that's the plan. Will it work? We don't know. But it will be disruptive.
Yeah,
No, it will be.
It's too contingent on everybody dying again, like the UFC stuff. If Top Rank dies and Matchroom could die out too, sure, okay, you could probably do this. But if there's still money around, the prospects have already said what?
Shakur Stevenson signed with Matchroom, right?
Yes.
But Matchroom hasn't put on a standalone show for him to fight and get $3-4 million, correct?
No.
Who's paid Shakur's purses?
Turkey, right?
I believe it's
so. Is he gonna go away from that?
Well, no, I don't think so. Doesn't he only have one more deal with them? But
exactly. And how old is Shakur?
Like
27, maybe
27. So he's gonna be looking to fight on Turkey cards. Keyshawn Davis said the same thing. Send me the contract. Like this next crop is gonna get disrupted until, like Jules said, they need to have the know-how to develop the B-sides eventually. But right now it's just disruptive. It's not PBC on steroids.
You're giving them too much credit just because it involves Dana White.
Steroids.
No, it's not. I'm giving them credit because
that's what it
no,
sounds
I'm
like.
giving them credit because my TKO stock is up 40% since it is established.
So you're just giving them credit because you got your money up.
Exactly. Because they know what the fuck they're doing.
I'm sorry, but boxing, even boxing at its very best, is unstable. The nature of the sport is too unstable for somebody to come in and think they're going to control all of it.
If you control how you distribute it, yes, you can.
I don't see that. I'm sorry. You got all this money, right? How you going to I guess you're going to have to buy. The only way I could see you controlling the UK boxing scene, as an example, because I'm pretty sure they're focused on the American boxing scene. I don't think Dana White is trying to sign the Donnellys and shit like that. You focused on America. America is in a compromised position right now, so you probably could run one or two people out of this joint. But other boxing scenes that are flourishing, I don't see you taking over those boxing scenes. I just don't. I don't see you taking over Japan. I don't see you running taking promotions out of boxing. I don't.
No. I agree with you there.
I don't see you running Zanfa promotions out of Mexico. Fuck out of here.
No, I'm saying
They not gonna fuck with you. You tried to do that with Grasso and that kid. Like you was trying to do that. Look, you thought this is a big part of the reason that I'm skeptical. Y'all said y'all was gonna eat Canelo. Y'all did that shit, that Cinco de Mayo expensive bullshit, and yet Canelo still did what he do. So when I see y'all making big time claims about what y'all gonna do in boxing, I'm like, nah, I think boxing gonna do what it do, because the nature of the sport and what makes it appealing, believe it or not, is the instability. Literally, it is.
Jules, just real quick, and I kind of brought it up while Drew was talking. I mean, yeah, it's one thing to poach all the A sides and have all the big names, but is TKO going to actually learn how to develop quality B sides in order to have those A sides, have somebody to legitimately fight? Because you can only have them fighting nobodies for so long before people are like, man, come on, like, when are they going to fight somebody who can actually fight back? And also, isn't Tom Loeffler the guy that they're going to put in charge of trying to develop their fighters?
Yeah, he might be able to help. Like, Tom has a good eye. It's not that he doesn't. It's just that I'm looking at your setup, and a lot of it seems to rely on the fact that y'all got deep pockets. And I can't help but think that, yeah, there's more to this than having money to throw at people. Lots of guys, look, the PBC had a lot of money when they started. They had $500 million from Waddle and Reed. That shit's still practically belly up now. You see what I mean?
Can I make a point real quick?
Good.
Dana's greed, is he going to be able to keep that in check? Because he's been pretty fucking greedy throughout the MMA, his MMA thing, and it's been a pattern with him for the longest. Is he really going to be able to break out of that when he gets into boxing, or is his greed going to kill him? I think it's going to kill him.
I think he's gonna try to do with his league. The structure will be semblant of what you see at the UFC, and that's another reason I'm thinking any fighter who can afford an attorney will probably not sign to you, Dana, or this league. That doesn't mean they won't work with Turkey. Maybe they'll work on a fight, but I don't know about them going to your league. I don't know if they're gonna be under you, Dana, because I'm pretty sure you still gonna be handing out dick in the booty contracts. You wouldn't have it any other way. That's the only kind of contracts you got. Dick in the
Also,
booty
another
contracts.
thing is like,
Damn,
remember when he
Jules,
said,
can't you just call it banana in the tailpipe?
Just saying.
But like, what's it called? Canelo, and like they're saying like, oh, well, these guys he's gonna deal with all these big guys. He's gonna bring in the really big talent. Dana White actually doesn't like a lot of what's it called? What am I looking for? Like superstar guys.
No, he don't. He don't like when they get too big. That's why we didn't get Jones versus Ngannou. He didn't. He don't like when guys get too big, and it's inevitable, bro. Like, remember, he was critical of Cyborg. He was critical of Anderson Silva. He was critical of Ngannou. And you telling me that this is the guy that's you telling me this is the guy that's gonna groom the superstars?
Yeah.
You had a good niche in UFC because you was at the head of that. You control that. That's your shit. But boxing is too fragmented for that to work. It's not like, nah. Look, Top Rank go through this shit every 3 years. Some fucking fighter wins a fucking fight. His dick gets hard, gets a big head, and then he think he the shit. This is every 3 years with these motherfuckers. They ready. That's why they been here for 50. They know, like, this motherfucker gonna win this fight. Gonna start talking this shit. They ready. Dana, the way your shit is, it's like, I feel like you getting into boxing because the UFC is like, you know what I mean? Like, y'all don't really got a superstar right now. Y'all just got a lot of Eastern Europeans with a beard. I can't tell them motherfuckers apart. Kakadaganev versus Ufa Who? Come on, Olev. Hoken. I don't know who these fucking people are.
But Jules, if you're Mark Shapiro, the chief operating officer of TKO, you're gonna take Saudi's money to run the league, right? Because they're like,
exactly.
Of course I would take. So that's what Bobby Light. You don't know what you're talking about. That super chat.
Yeah, look. Dana's not a dummy. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what, because Dana's not a dummy. They're making it's a good move to make right now. That look, if you were gonna try to get in, now is the time because you have a lot more headway than you did several years ago. You couldn't do it on your own. Maybe with Turkey you could get a little further, but the mission statement, if what y'all trying to do is take over, yeah, I don't see it. Boxing is too fragmented for somebody to think they're gonna come in and take it over.
Speaking of that, Julius, I want to ask you a question. I was hearing your conversation when the members of the panel. I want to ask about how's going to be the relationship with the sanctioning bodies from here on out.
I don't want to talk. No, wait a minute. I don't want to talk about that in this live. I said that. I got an episode of the relay. I'm gonna do this about that, and then tomorrow we cover the sanctioning bodies. Tomorrow, tonight we're just shooting the shit about what does this league mean. Is Turkey turning on the promoters that he's been working with? Can they really take over boxing between him, Dana, Nick Khan, and Mark Shapiro? Can they? My answer is no. I don't think y'all can. I think y'all could become a powerhouse. And I think y'all could do y'all could have some success. I'm not saying y'all gonna fail. I'm saying that if you're trying to take over the whole thing, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I understand that.
So we're not talking Clarissa thinking she's the main event either, though?
Bro, you cutting off fucking Leo. I'm trying to hear what Leo said. Go ahead, Leo.
No, I was thinking, yeah, that's an essential part of the conversation. Because if they're gonna take over, they're gonna need the leadway of the sanctioning bodies. I mean, most of them, because for me it's weird for me to watch, for example, sanctioning body like the WBA doing what they do, because wherever a WBA title is on the line, I mostly feel like I'm watching WWE. It's always going to be scripted, and we have to blind ourselves about that fact and think about the unifications and the undisputed. I get it; it's part of the sport at this point. But yeah, these big fights, this unification, these undisputed fights are a big part of why there's guys like Turkey Al-Sheikh are being in the conversation. Because if it was only about fights, if this was only this kind of fights,
Leo,
like,
you get into what I talk about in the relay. Everybody want to talk about the fucking belts. I already said I'm not going to talk about the fucking belts. I'm not going to talk about the fucking belts. All right. I'm just asking basically the last 3 days, 2-3 days, everybody's wondering, can Turkey and Dana and Nick and Mark, can they do it? My answer is no. You could be a powerhouse. You could be a powerhouse with the money you have and the resources, and to Drew's point, the branding, because you could use the WWE to promote your shit. That's a huge brand to promote your boxing cards. You could use WWE and to a lesser extent your UFC, and it could be a synergy for you. But do you take over the sport doing that? I don't think so.
Hey, Ray, got a quick question for you in the panel before I go. How do you think now, like right now, after they made that announcement, all the promoters now are tightening up everybody's deals to be like, almost like, all right, you tried this before. Say, like, for example, Teofimo and Jared Anderson. Now that he's kind of said that, and who knows how these guys take it, do you think they go everybody that has, like, let's say we got a up and coming prospect who's like not Abdullah Mason, but somebody below that. Let's say Emiliano Vargas, somebody like that. You think now Top Rank's like, all right, we're going over this shit with a fine tooth pen.
They're gonna make a long story short. They're gonna probably restructure, if it's not already written. They're gonna restructure the contracts the way you don't get to, and it's probably already written. You don't just get to go to Saudi. We don't need no more Jared Anderson situations.
Got you.
With our prospects.
All right, y'all be good, man. Thank you.
Do you think they're gonna do that?
Absolutely, because there's this is just me being how could I put it? I don't trust the soul under any circumstances. I don't trust anybody.
So you're skeptical.
So when I think about the position that the sanctioning bodies are in, I'm pretty sure that they're sanctioning bodies, the promoters. I think this whole time they know we're gonna get while the getting is good, but when it's time to get up out of here, we getting up out of here because
like a marriage of convenience.
Yeah, because he's gonna want what you want is access to fighters that are a big part of our bottom line. You were able to make fights that we were unable to make based on the economics, and that's awesome. As long as that's what's going on, that you're making the fights that we don't. Maybe we can't put them together amongst ourselves. Maybe we can't, but maybe it's getting to a point now where you want too much of what we have, and we can't do what we want to do the way we want to do it. So that's what I'm saying. They're going to tighten up. The promoters might tighten up, and it's not. I'm not going to call it a betrayal because that's not really what it is. He was trying to take y'all over, and now y'all got to decide if y'all with it or not.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what would you do? What would we do, bro? You got to protect your money and your interest.
I don't think they're going to be with it because it's like, yeah, you basically trying to eat up our business.
Yeah.
You want access to fighters that we groom, develop, sign. You want you the kind of access you want is like you want to just be able to do whatever. And if you look at how Jared Anderson's situation was, they went to Jared. They didn't go to Top Rank. They didn't call nobody. They went to Jared and made him that offer, and he took it. And Top Rank let him take it because, well, we ain't gonna pay you that, Jared, to be fighting the motherfuckers you fighting. Like, no, we not gonna overpay you. So if they willing, go ahead. But you can't imagine that they want that to keep happening. You took a dude we was bringing up, invested in, and he got his motherfucking ass whooped. They don't want that to keep happening.
Okay, Julius, but what you're talking about, I'm not talking about nothing about morals or nothing like that. You're talking about the PBC digging the booty contract, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
If that was the case, wouldn't we be smarter, for lack of a better word, to do that shit from the beginning? Because my point is, there is a reason why Top Rank didn't do that shit in the first place.
Do
you understand what I'm trying to say? That I don't think it is the Top Rank way to do that kind of shit, that this motherfucker is going to offer you a fuck ton of money for a fight. We're going to let you go because we are not going to pay you. I don't think it's going to... I think that's the practice of a practice of Top Rank, not offering your fighters types of contracts that they're not going to be in your best financial interest.
Look, no, let me champ this shit. Whether you're a Top Rank or you're a small promoter, one of those smaller ones that don't have a broadcast deal, right? The contracts in boxing are usually already pretty shitty. Whether you're Top Rank or a small hall promoter, the contracts are actually usually they're pretty shitty usually, and they're always trying to find a way to keep you locked into the deal. You know, one of the most famous clauses that everybody keeps talking about now is how if a fighter wins a title, that might extend the contract. That's your average contract. That's your average scenario. The thing with Top Rank is they say if somebody somewhere else has more money than we're willing to pay you, we'll let you take it because it's an opportunity for you, but not just for you. It's an opportunity for us. We're going to get a piece of whatever you get, and we didn't have to spend any money. So they're okay with that to a degree. But if it keeps happening, if it keeps happening, you literally went over us. You went to one of our fighters, you offered him a bunch of money, he got his ass beat. Yeah, we got a little bit off of that, but we don't want that to keep happening.
Yeah,
Go.
I was just gonna say that just ruins the product for the company that has those fighters. Like nobody's gonna want to watch these guys if they just continuously get their ass kicked.
And then if you at a point where you got a guy, he got so much money, right? This guy got so much money, he want to do whatever he want to do. You can't even really stop him. He's gonna keep approaching fighters. Some of them are yours, some of them are somebody else's. You looking at that like, yo, this dude, he basically wants the run of our fighters, of our stable. It's like you want unlimited access.
Hey, y'all, check got. Yeah, that's funny. Hey, check this shit out. What if, hey, this will never happen, but like just to entertain, what the fuck if boxing had a thing like college football where once a year, well, they do it twice, but let's just say once for boxing. Once a year.
About a draft?
No. And once a year, the transfer portal opens and any player, aka fighter, can walk out of a contract and go sign with someone else. Boom.
I mean, that kind of happens because fighters enter free agency. You know that you wouldn't. It doesn't happen annually, but it does happen. Like, look, Shakur, he entered free agency, right? Crawford, he entered free agency.
But what I'm saying is, though, imagine if that was a thing every year.
That would be
a 30-day period every year where any fighter.
A year is too, bro. All right. A year is too short a window for a boxer. You got boxers, they fight 2 times once every 6 months. For that to come around every year, nah, that's just not a realistic time frame.
Oh no, I didn't say it's realistic. I'm just saying, like, say there was something in place where at least once a year there was a window where any fighter can do like they do in college in the transfer portal. You can walk out of your contract, enter another one, and you got to worry about shit. Like,
to explain why that will never happen in any sport except for college football.
No, I get that part. I was just saying entertaining. Imagine how boxing would
be. It would never be because literally
I got it. Okay,
the idea of that happening, it's just ridiculous. People hate it in college football.
No, I get it.
There are coaches in college football that hate it. So why the fuck would they want it anywhere else?
I was divided on the transfer portal thing, but I was just saying for boxing, I know it'll never happen. I was just entertaining the idea of like,
but the other angle, not just that it would never happen. It's so impractical that it's like, it's not. You got fighters that don't want to leave, Alex. Think about it. The transfer portal. You think fucking Gervonta wants to transfer somewhere? Fuck, he wants.
Yeah.
But promotions can steal other fighters from other promotions. With money.
Now you adding shit to it. So we're talking about poaching.
No, that's how the transfer portal works, though. These kids get offered.
Yeah, that's illegal, though.
And they're like, "Yo, I'm gonna leave the school I came to for this bag over here."
Yeah, but I guess the reason it's hard to imagine for boxing is that look. For example, Shakur Stevenson wanted a Gervonta Davis fight, but that doesn't mean he wanted a fucking commitment to the PBC.
Yeah,
when you think about the transfer portal. Crawford wanted the Spence fight, but that didn't mean he wanted to fucking kiss the rings of Al Heyman. Right. You see what I mean? That there's still that element that the fighter might like their situation. Look, Michaela Mayer likes Top Rank. She don't want to go to Matchroom or nothing like that. She liked Top Rank.
Hey, most athletes don't transfer, but some do. But how about this one? Do you think a system like that? Once again, it's hypothetical. We all know it'll never happen. It'd be ridiculous. Doesn't make sense. But if it did, would a system like that enhance or reduce ducking?
Nah, I don't think it would.
It would enhance it. I don't know what you mean.
Nah, I mean, like if you think if this is intended to be a solution to the political boundary lines that hold up a fight, remember that it's not about the lines, my dude. The two guys got to fight. The main thing about ducking is somebody don't want to fight, and that's not about you fight on this network. That was a lie. That was always a lie. Like, oh, you on that side of the street. Yo, fucking Fury was on the same side of the street as Crawford.
Like no matter what,
Wilder was on your side of the street. Yeah. So if it was, bro, you gotta let me finish the sentence, bro.
Got you, fam. Go ahead.
If it was about sides of the street, Wilder and Fury would have never fought for a second time or a third time. It was never about sides of the street. If it was about sides of the street, Felix Diaz would have never fought Crawford. John Molina would have never fought Crawford. Those were all PBC guys. Sides of the street was the cover story. The real shit is, if a fight ain't happening, it's because somebody don't want it. So when Shakur is not fighting Gervonta, one of them don't want it. You see that? You see? When
So, like, no matter the circumstances, a duck is going to find a way to duck.
I don't think you could get. My thing is, Alex, I don't think you can get rid of ducking. Honestly, I don't think you can. Because it boiled down to the fighter and his team if he wanted.
Yeah.
That's what.
Wait, can I add
Jules, guys?
That's a good point. That's a good point. I fucks with that.
Wait. Look, I agree with you. You cannot get rid of ducking, but ducking is not the problem. Is there are fighters that are ducking and they're getting away with it, and I think that is fixable. And there is a guy that right now can fix that shit. But listen,
no.
The reason that a guy like Gervonta Davis hasn't fought no one, besides that shit with Floyd Mayweather on the PBC, is because there are a media apparatus supporting him.
Mm-hmm.
But if the media actually did his job, that will be, yeah, you can still talk, but you're gonna feel it financially. You're gonna feel it everywhere. People are gonna call you out that in the same way that before people were calling you out for talking, because before media were much more inquisitive when a fighter wasn't willing to fight another fighter. They were asking questions, and that shit went away.
Yeah, but
And
Leo,
now
Leo, then we know that shit with an absolute certitude is not going to happen because boxing is handled by dick suckers, fanboys. Tell me I'm wrong. That if what you saying the solution to end ducking in boxing is, and it is that, I ain't gonna lie, that was a good ass answer, Leo. But that requires you to fucking go get Larry Merchant and put him in a fucking fountain of youth. Because that's the kind of people you need.
Exactly,
Hard-nosed motherfuckers that, Brody, I'm not here to be your fucking friend like Ellie Seckback. I'm not here to be cool with you. I'm here to ask you shit that you don't like. And these motherfuckers not gonna do it. They not. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's wild dick sucking in boxing, bro. Like, all these motherfuckers, they trying, yo, it's good, you know what I'm saying? You like, man, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to be your fucking friend. But that's all these motherfuckers. That's damn near the only people that I respect. Michelle Joy Phelps, Marcos Villegas, Steve Kim, Ryan O'Hara. Those are journalists, dog. Like, nah, they ain't trying to be your fucking buddy. They just trying to get the interview. But damn near everyone else with a podcast, with an Instagram page, with a boxing space on Twitter. Yo, it's good, yo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yo, you like, yo, I get a selfie, yo. You like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here. Oh,
and you know what else,
shit.
Hey, and when it comes to ducking, in every case, it ain't always just a fighter, bro. Hey, I put some blame on these managers and some of these fucking promotions too, bro.
No.
Bobby Light said Dana and Turkey are dudes in a VIP at a club buying up bottle service to try to attract chicks. Also, if UFC was doing so great, why is Dana in boxing? It could be because he sees an opportunity, right? Like, that's a legitimate question. But I guess one reason that could explain it without the UFC being in a bad way is you got Turkey willing to bankroll whatever you do if you was going to do it. Now is the time. So that could be why. Mars said, hello, boxing fans. Jules, panel chat, just my contribution. The appreciation fund. Busy at work. Just want to encourage the viewers to subscribe, share, and smash. I appreciate you, Mar. You ain't had to do that, but you did it. And I appreciate it. But to your point, Leo, that would work, believe it or not. Because if the media, if all of them in one voice was saying the same thing, that will influence the perception of the fighter to the fans, and that will hit them in the pocket to where you got to do what you got to do or you ain't going to make no money. The way the shit is now, it's so much dick sucking, motherfuckers don't even want to call shit a duck. So yeah, they get away with it now, but it's like that's not going to change unless boxing goes back to being handled by major periodicals. And at a time where print is dead, I don't see that happening, dog. The coverage this sport gets is primarily from the people that consume it. So there's going to be dick sucking, bro. It's going to be bootlicking and brown nosing. I don't think that's going to go away. I don't. I think it's going to get worse, if anything, because everybody got a podcast now. Everybody got a space on Twitter. Yo, I'm talking to Bill Haney father, yo. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, that shit it's a wrap. As long as the sports coverage is primarily handled by the people that consume it, there will be lots of blowjobs going out, dog. Lots of them.
And not so many finishers. Damn.
Yep.
I'm sad.
Do you know that there's always a cover that from the Ring magazine that says Fighter of the Year, and there is your Ino, your use, whatever. I would like to see something like Ellie Seckback, Dick Sucker of the Year, something like that. Right. That would be magical.
That would listen, and listen, like exactly, like you would have to get. So this is how you could bring that about, and it is highly unrealistic. But if you had at Ring Magazine Pole Smoker of the Year, and at ESPN the Pole Smoker of the Year, and at IFL TV, and on Sky Sports, and the dick suckingest motherfucker in all of podcasting, right? Motherfuckers not gonna want to suck dick no more. You see what I mean? that you got to go back to shaming people and bullying people and embarrassing people. They're like, hey, you're that guy that sucks dick. To where when they go to Publix to buy some produce, hey, that's that dick sucking motherfucker. He was sucking dick, yo.
Hey, hold up, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, hold on, guys. He had a dick in his mouth
Hey, you're
yesterday.
that guy that sucks dick.
Bro, like, hey, I was writing some.
Nah, Jules, you know what would be funny is like if you saw kids telling them that, like, Mister, are you the guy that sucks dick?
You go to pick up your kids at school. Hey, you suck dick.
I got a little sticker for it and shit.
You know what I'm saying? You got a bumper, people honking at you in traffic. You know what I'm saying?
New Twitter handle and shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you make it unbearable, because the thing is that the way things were before, it was unbearable. That if they, let's call it, I want to say 30 years ago. I ain't even going to say 20 because the dick sucking starts at 20 in the Mayweather era. But before that, yeah, there was an etiquette that, dog, you got to respect yourself, because if you don't, and you not on code, or you not, your etiquette is off or whatever, yeah, the whole everything gonna shame you. The whole everything. That don't happen anymore. You got Frank Martin, who openly ducked Shakur Stevenson, and for months, instead of people crucifying him, there were people making excuses for him, bro.
There were a lot of people cooking him, though.
No, there were, but not enough. It needs to be one voice of, yo, you a fucking coward, bro. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that business shit. If you felt you could beat that motherfucker, then you would have went to fight him.
You think the careers are going to be shorter or longer? I mean, because back in the day, people used to fight all the time. Like shorter careers. Yeah, but you know what? Jules, like, you think people are going to start being real dogs? Like, people are going to be real dogs like they were back in the day, like having 6-7 fights a year?
No,
not in our lifetime. No, it might come later, but not in our lifetime.
Yeah,
maybe
that's what I'm hoping for.
If there's an apocalypse, and we start eating each other, and there's like an underground boxing,
all right.
And maybe then, if they gotta fight to live, the way these fighters is now, bro, you fighting for a Birkin bag.
Yeah,
you fighting for a truck. You fighting for an SUV.
Bag.
For real.
30 grand.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, B. Like it ain't gonna go. Like, it's not gonna get better, is what I see. Like, the way I see shit, you still gonna have other fighters from other countries, not this one, that are willing to take the chances and the dangerous fights and do the traveling, do the heavy lifting. There will always be those guys, but they will not be Americans. No, American exceptionalism prevents that. Every American fighter thinks he's the next Floyd. All of them think that.
Let's exclude the American base then, and then just go with Russian, Mexican fighters, Canadian, UK, Japanese. Those guys are gonna fight.
They're gonna fight.
They're gonna fight.
Yeah.
Because I think for the Russians, for example, what I notice about them and the way they view their boxing careers is they don't have the rose-tinted lenses on. Like, they really don't. They know it's a job. I box. I box. That's my job. Like you might ride horses and you a lawyer and they a doctor. I'm a fighter. I fight. But without the fairy tales, without the Disney Pixar logo, like, yeah, I'm a fighter. Whereas you ask these American fighters, bro, you already convinced of so much shit before you even do anything.
Yeah,
be the
that's
next Floyd, yo.
They don't do narratives, man. You are what you earn. That's it. You are what you earn, and that's it.
Motherfucking Mexico, yo, that motherfucker fighting for the money. No, I'm trying to get paid, bro. Like, I don't be hearing motherfuckers say, no, porque yo voy a ser el próximo Chávez, yo voy a ser el próximo Salvador. I don't hear that shit. The only ones I be hearing with this exceptionalism and fairy tales is the Americans. Yeah, yo, because I'm like Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones in a taco with a burrito in it. And you can put me in the microwave and I'll fix your house and I'll fix your car.
Hey, do not say nothing about the frozen burrito, please. Do not say nothing about it.
You know what I'm saying? Like the shit is crazy. Like I don't even hear Brits do, like, well, some. I ain't gonna lie, because Ben Whitaker is nausy. Like, bro, shut the fuck
Yo, has anyone seen Ben Whitaker lately?
Nah, he gonna fight Liam again. They made it. They made it.
They made it. Again. They need to fight again.
And you know what? People are gonna watch it.
No,
People are
I'm gonna
go,
watch it because
I'm
if he
watching the
no, look,
fuck out
I'm
of that
watching
shit,
it because
bro.
if he get his ass beat, I need to see that.
I need to see
I want
whatever
him.
happens.
need to
I don't
see
give a
that.
fuck,
I need
bro.
to see
I
that.
can't wait to see
you
Jules on the
yourself.
live after that happens.
You know what I'm saying? Like the only thing that would be better than that is if Arnold beats Tio.
Oh, dude, that would be
That'd
fucking great, dude.
great.
I'm hoping
Hey.
for that so bad.
Before we delve into that, real quick, man, what y'all? That's hard to say this without laughing. Fuck, man, what y'all got on Ryan and Roelly?
Come on,
I'm
bro.
sorry, man. No way
I
you
think-
asking that question, bro.
Oh man,
No,
like
for real, like
that shit ain't even. That's a cafeteria fight, bro. They gonna be in there with book bags.
That's why I didn't want to fucking ask the question, bro.
Like in line with the old ladies with the plastic hats, or at the tables.
Bro, y'all
No joke.
Y'all ever play spoons? That's what that shit is. Like you play spoons.
No
with
joke.
the
When that
sports?
fight's happening, I might actually just like look into the crowd and see if there's another fight happening at the
What
moment.
if Roelly pulls
No,
out?
no, because look, it's good. Look, in
You said what if Roelly
fairness,
pulls it out?
I'm not too good to watch that fight. I am gonna watch it.
Oh, I'm watching
but
that shit.
No, I'm watching that whole
I'm
card.
definitely
bro.
watching
This
it. It's
motherfucker's
just
wild.
that it's not a fight that I think about. You know, like it's fights I think of. I don't think about
No.
them dudes. Like
Okay,
No, but
I got
no,
it.
but
Look, we
it's-
all agree, bro. We can't stand Roelly. Ryan's a fucking clown. We hate him, but I'm just saying, like,
It's
does
like
anybody
bum
have a pick
fights.
yet?
yeah, like that's
No,
not.
no.
Like, I don't find myself contemplating throughout the day. Will Roelly slip the jab? Will he parry? Like I don't
Nah,
really
bro, see,
be
that's too much
thinking
work, bro.
about.
They're not
No,
deserving
but
for us to think that much. I'm just saying.
No, but it's kind of crazy that for all the things that people like to say about Devin Haney is gonna go against Jose fucking Ramirez, as he's a former unified champion of 140, and fucking Ryan Garcia is gonna be against fucking Roelly Romero.
I mean,
it's kind of.
I'm not saying what Ryan's doing is
it's
good.
dog
I'm not
shit.
saying Roelly's a good opponent, bro. But Jose Ramirez, bro, I'm a fucking damn.
Jose's quite cooked. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be real
Nah,
honest.
Yeah.
Jose's a
sleep.
dead man walking, bro,
Y'all
in every
sleep.
fight from here forward.
Y'all sleep. This not.
I'm not
fucking,
because
y'all sleep.
Nah,
You keep
you're
fucking.
sleeping,
You keep
Ramirez.
fucking around. Keep
look.
fucking
I
around.
told. What did I tell you when the
At
Arnold Barboza
47,
fight happened?
bro. It's not at 40 where that motherfucker got to kill himself to get there. That he gonna feel like a new motherfucker. Like he popped 2 Viagra and walked into the bro.
Yeah, Jules, but you got to look at how long he stayed at 40, though. He might have just cooked himself no matter what.
Devin can't punch, y'all. What do y'all need to understand? What? Cause Devin gonna knock him out?
We're also acting like if Jose Ramirez looked like shit on his
Nah,
last
Devin
fight.
ain't knocking shit out. Hey, but hold up, what weight are they fighting at?
47.
147.
No,
47
you're talking about
welterweight.
you're talking about Jose Ramirez like he's
Oh
cooked.
shit!
He is
my
cooked.
bad. Hold up.
Yeah.
Ball game, bro. They're fighting at
Motherfucker, Roelly
147?
Romero has been cooked since the day he has born.
Bro, Roelly Romero, forget Cook. Matter of fact, you said it better than me. You said it. That dude been cooked, bro. He was cooked before he lost. Fuck, he been cooked. Like, nah, that dude was trash forever, bro.
The novelty.
No, I'm not
fighter,
saying
bro.
it isn't. I'm just saying it's like you pointing out a Devin fight. Like I'm gonna be real. Like yo, Devin. I'm not saying you have a softer touch than Ryan, but it's not a hard touch. I'll be real.
Nah, you bugging. You're bugging.
Respectfully to
listen,
Jose.
no. Respect. Look. Be real. Jose is a former unified champion. He's a former unified champion. He's a former Olympian. He's a serious fighter. He is a serious fighter. Roelly is not that at all. And
Yeah,
stylistically,
no,
I don't think you appreciating. Devin can't crack a fucking egg, bro. So how the fuck you gonna keep him off?
Neither can Arnold.
Nah, he was getting. Yo, wait a minute. Jose didn't look bad with Arnold. He lost, but he didn't look bad with Arnold.
He did.
He
He was
looked
mid as
bad
hell.
enough, though. He looked bad enough.
They were having a full mid off in that ring, bro. What do you mean? I remember that fight.
And Devin Haney smokes Arnold, man. In my opinion.
No. I'm not going that far. You lost me there.
I think he does, man.
He's coming out of a 1-year inactivity of a beating.
That's what I'm saying. They not appreciating Rala that. Yo, you know Devin ain't fought in a year, right? The day they fight, Jose fought in the last 12 months. Devin will
Jose's
not
not that
fought.
complicated to outbox either.
Jose,
I've
to
seen
me,
him get
looks like
outboxed
he's
a lot of
declining,
times.
man.
Devin kept walking into the same fucking punch, and we gonna talk about complicated? That that motherfucker could have been ringside and the left hook would have landed, bro.
Look,
He could have been in the
just so we're
bathroom in the
clear,
bathroom
I'm
stall.
saying it now before fight week comes. I hope Devin gets his ass whooped by Jose. I hope he does, because I can't stand Devin Haney. But I think he beats him, man. I think he beats him.
We'll see. We'll see. I gotta smoke a cigarette. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm taking Devin like 8-4 on that fight. 8-4.
Yeah, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie. If Jose Ramirez was like close to it, he don't have to be in. If he was close to his prime, I got him all day in that fight, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like Ramirez just has too much wear and tear on him at this point.
Miles, bro. Like I'm looking at his last 3 fights and his performance, and like, fuck his opponent. Like I'm just looking at him, like an outside introspect, if that makes sense. And I'm like, bro, you look like you're slowing down, bro. Like you ain't got it no more.
Yeah, he looks like he's like going through the motions every fight.
Yeah, like
no
bro,
matter what
the trigger like he used to. Like he's hesitating. Like he's holding back when he can. Like when there's openings, he's not punching. And I'm like, bro,
It
You know
took
what I
him
mean?
a year to
It
come
reminded
back.
me of
from
watching
the loss.
De La Hoya decline. Like, bro, you used to pop right there. Right there, you would have thrown. Right there, you would have swung. Like you're not anymore, bro. Something looks weird.
Yeah, I think with Ramirez, the same shit happened to him that happened to Josh Taylor. He stuck around at 140 too long.
Yeah,
I think that's what happened.
Yep.
I disagree on Taylor on the sole fact. I think the problem with Taylor was that he just stopped fighting a lot. If you had an active Taylor, I think he would have still been like a really great fighter out here. Like just a somewhat motivated Taylor in that second Jack Catterall fight looked miles better than he did in the first.
Maybe, but the thing with Taylor though is like it was only going to be a matter of time because of the fact that everybody's reported that he's a fucking barroom brawler. So that dude doesn't live the lifestyle outside the ring. That's the problem.
Yeah, but hey, if you were fighting more often, you would have less time to drink.
That didn't stop De La Hoya from partying.
Well, that freak motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. De La Hoya partied and sniffed coke and still fucking fought all those years. Even he admitted it in his documentary that when he was on his run at 47 and 54, he was still partying after every fight and probably before every training camp.
Yeah, that's impressive. Goddamn. I don't understand where you find the time to start doing that, but hey, man, if you could pull it off, good for you.
Yeah, motherfucking freak nasty in the boxing world and shit. Shit.
But yeah, I would is there any other interesting fight on that card? Or is it just those 3?
It's just those 3 because FA Jagba is for the Canelo fight now.
Okay. So then I'm gonna make my pick simply. I'm gonna put Barboza by the upset, maybe like 7-5, some split decision. Devin Haney clear win, and then Ryan to send Roelly back to the special bus.
Yeah, I have Barboza. I would love Ramirez for the upset, and but I don't know how he. The thing is, I want to see how he looks at 147. Maybe he's like a homer of himself, but Haney is a better boxer. That's all I can say. Of course, Ryan by knockout.
It's only because Ramirez isn't like someone said. If he was even just remotely close to his prime, I think he would beat Haney easy. But I think at this point, he's just like, he's cooked. I don't see him being the same guy he was anymore. I think he's just a guy with a name and a resume at this point.
I honestly don't think he's completely cooked. I just, because how he looked in his last fight where he didn't look completely cooked, that's why I gave him a shot. And because Haney is coming from a beating and a 1-year inactivity, also stepping up to a new stage. That's why I give Jose Ramirez a more of a hopeful fight because of what he was. And him not fighting those 7 pounds can definitely help him if he still has something in there.
Over under for the panel, 170 for Devin Haney on fight night.
What? Plus 170?
No, Do you guys pick him to weigh 170 pounds by the time he gets in the ring, or under that?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't know. I'd say probably
I think it's
165.
gonna be super middleweight limit.
Yeah, 160, 167 maybe.
Yeah,
Plus
yeah.
above 170 is kind of crazy.
Yeah, 165 would.
So somewhere in between middle and super middle by the time he gets in the ring.
Yeah.
It's welterweight. I think that the reason that they were rehydrating so much before is because he was cutting so much weight. I don't think he's gonna have the need to do that shit right now because he is probably being a welterweight.
Hey, why did he wait?
All along?
Why did he wait so long to come back, Haney?
I think it's the lawsuit.
Well, that and they were trying to entice Garcia to give him the rematch.
Also, you got to remember, he did get his ass beat, like horribly.
Yeah, but I mean, people have gotten their ass beat and they come back. I mean, Tim Zoo's
Not always, though. There have been guys who have taken career-altering beatings and were never the same.
Yeah,
look at a guy like Jeff Lacey. Jeff Lacey got his ass beat by Joe Calzaghe. He was never the same.
Yeah.
Look at trying to think.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's just that with all the mechanism, like, and I say like the machine and the mechanism behind Haney, because there was a big fucking mechanism behind him. All the hype, everybody, Tim Bradley, everyone, all the pundits, all of them were like, oh yeah, Haney's the next one, all this shit. He had the whole machine behind him. He lost. I mean, got his ass kicked, and you'd think with all the money behind him, he would come back sooner and go like, fuck it, I gotta make a.
Does he have that much money behind him?
No. That's the reason. The reason he hasn't come back by now. Now he's coming back is because of the money. Because he was talking about all that shit. He was talking about Eddie Hearn that he wanted a tune-up fight, but he wanted like
to get paid more.
Remember for the person
figures for a tune-up fight, and give him that except Turkey.
For the purse bid against Sandor, he cried about they only were going to give him like $1 million, and he was whining about it.
Okay. I didn't really understand why he waited.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of
because Ryan got a 1-year suspension, and he's back and he's fighting with Ryan. Like
he doesn't have a. Devin doesn't have that type of money behind him. Now that I think about it, like a lot of his purses that he got, it was because he was just at the right place at the right time. Like when he got to DAZN first, they needed American talent. So hey, here's some American talent. We'll pay him a lot of money.
I mean,
then after that,
he made good money though. Like he made better money than most people in his position. He got
great businessman.
Yeah,
great businessman.
With DAZN, and then the dad, and then the hype. They made pretty good money, and a lot of people in that position make that much money at the beginning, and he ended up making good money.
You talking about Devin, right?
Yeah.
He made good. He did make good money and shit for a dude can't crack a fucking egg.
Hey, he hustled the fuck out of the promoters.
He did. He hustled. Like I think he should be. Long as he stopped buying ugly ass clothes, he should be straight. He should be all right.
What was he wearing when he beat up that carnival worker? Like, did you see that shit?
You remember the scene kids? Done. You remember the scene kids that they used to wear like 6-inch boots and shit? Like the video game had like a boot this fucking big, bro. He be wearing them shits, bro.
Weird, dude. He does not have the like. I mean, just look at his face. He can't be getting away with shit. He's got to wear something a little toned down.
Yeah, like he's trying to be too ostentatious with the shit. Like, bro, stop wearing that goofy ass shit. Just wear a pair of Timbs and some shorts, man. Like, the fuck is your problem, bro?
All those guys who dresses like normal.
Shakur.
Talking about POV.
Yeah, like a regular
T.O. dress like a homosexual porn star.
He's
my dude.
Listen,
my dude, it's March. This motherfucker's in New York wearing overalls without a shirt.
No shirt.
Listen,
What the fuck is you, Dirk Diggler?
Do you guys know what Burning Man is? That's what he dresses like.
Hey, Jules, they don't know who Dirk Diggler is, bro.
How you out here? How you in Manhattan in March wearing over? Like, what you think? You in an LL Cool J video? You a backup?
You know why he's like that, Jules? Because he's thinking about Florida, bro. He not from here. Bro.
I said, I've been telling you, that dude is not from New York. That dude is
you
from
don't know about
Florida.
Dirk Diggler and Brock Landers. You know what I'm talking about?
No, Chest Rockwell, bro.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh my god.
Hey,
Yo, I used to tell on God, I used to tell bitches that my name is Chest Rockwell.
Bro. Hey, one time, me and my homeboy, you know what I'm saying, handled some business with a couple of bras, and after that, he dapped me up. He was like, Dirk Diggler, Brock Landers type shit, bro.
I'm trying to tell you,
Brock
I was
Landers.
Chest Rockwell, bro, on the New York
Chest
Donut. On God, there was a chat called the New York Donut. We used to stay fucking Bronx bitches. A lot of them was fat, but it's late. You call the shit and you make a profile, yo. My name is Chest Rockwell. You know what I'm saying? And I'm from da. Yo, the shit work, dog. Like, yeah, the shit work, man. Like, you get a bitch won't look too hot, but it'll be all right. You can work it.
Is that the New York version of the party line, Jules?
Yeah, no, on God, yeah, that's
Oh,
what it was
shit.
called. The party line. I think that was the West Coast shit. In New York, it was called the New York Donut. And look, for whatever fucking reason, a lot of these bitches was in the Bronx. Like a lot of them. Like it'll be rare you find a Manhattan bitch on the New York Donut. Them bitches was either in the Bronx, Queens, which is like, yeah, that's too far out. Motherfucker not trying to deal with all that for a fucking blowjob. But the Bronx, oh, that's right there. We do that. And motherfucker, you stay on that shit, man.
That's hilarious.
Some hard times, man. You get on the New York Donut, man. Fucking blowjob, man. Like
You're getting a slump buster, Jules.
I'm saying, bro. Like sometimes that's what you got to do. It's late. You got to do that. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like I think Shakur is the only one that dressed normal. Like he not trying to dress like he in a fucking Madonna video, you know? Like he dressed normal, wear a hoodie, some Timbs. Devin dressed like he a fucking video game character in Street Fighter. Teofimo dressed like he's a gay porn star. You know, Gervonta dressed like he 12 and he 30. Like you really dress like you 12,
Ryan dresses normal. Like he does a little more fashion.
Nah, Ryan dressed like a Ryan dressed like a congressman's kid who's in a closet.
What?
I don't
Dressed
know.
like a congressman, bro. He don't wear socks. Y'all don't pay attention.
Oh,
He
you
don't
meant
wear
that.
socks, bro. Like
Hey, Don Johnson didn't wear socks.
that's Don Johnson. Like he could do. It's Miami, bro. Come on now. Like yeah.
Yeah, and Brian ain't wearing pink pastel shirts.
You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker had a mink cardigan yesterday, bro. You could see the fur. I'm like, yo, that's a mink cardigan. Like, what is the fabric of this fucking cardigan he got? It's like, nah, none of them dudes dress normal except for Shakur, to be real. None of them. They all dress fucking weird, bro. But the weirdest I would say is Teofimo. Yeah, he dressed weird. Like, what are you going for, bro?
Teo dresses like he's stuck in the 90s, Jules.
He dressed like he in a Marky Mark and a Funky Bunch video, bro. Just so good vibration. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no, Ryan dresses like shit. Yeah.
Ryan dressed.
Yo, did you see Arnold when he what's it called, when he was face to face with Teo, man?
It's not looking good, bro.
Yo, he's not gonna do anything, but each time I see him, bro, he looks like he can do something.
I'm telling you that bro, you gotta remember, we talked about this. One, Teo don't do good on the front foot. Two, Eddie may not even be there, bro. He may not be there.
I'm not saying that. I think he could win, but it's like you see the way that he looks at him, you think, damn, this motherfucker's gonna murder him.
I ain't gonna lie.
And then it's like, nah, he gonna do some technical shit.
Arnold be grilling motherfuckers too hard to then be boxing and move. Like, yo,
that's what I mean,
you lighten the fuck up, bro. Can you just tell some jokes? Cause like, come on, B.
You saw when he said, yo, if me and Teo and Alcatraz gonna be a war, I was like, for who? Like, I've seen you fight, bro.
A war, bro. Come on, Arnold. And I fuck Arnold. I gotta give Arnold credit though. He proved me wrong. He beat Jack. I thought Jack was gonna beat him.
Arnold talks like he thinks he fights like Antonio Margarito. What the fuck?
Bro, that's not, if you looked at Arnold, you would think this is the toughest motherfucker in all of California. Like they balled up all the tough motherfuckers and made Arnold, because that's how hard he be grilling motherfuckers.
Tattoos. Oh, mean ass stare. Saw Teo said, yeah, Crawford made you his bitch when he was near you. I'm like, damn.
He did though.
All of that so you could just dab and move, huh?
For real, right? Like you ain't gonna sit in the pocket or nothing. Shout out to Will. Shakur dressed normal but walks out to the lion. For real. This is such a weird generation, bro. Thank God for them fucking Russians, man. Thank God, because boxing would be really weird without them.
I do believe that Arnold's gonna drop Teal actually in the fight.
I haven't made my pick yet. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see how I feel on fight week, but the vibe I'm getting, it's not looking good.
Yeah, because I'm like, Teal doesn't have power how people talk about like at 140, and then I'm like, he's very teeny at 140 as well. I'm like, Arnold, if he sits down on it, I think he can drop him.
It's not looking good, Joe. Let me get my
Jules, are you gonna watch the Pro Box card Saturday night?
Maybe. I know I'm gonna go live tomorrow for the MVP show. I'm gonna go live for that.
Wait, is that the one in Canada?
Mm-hmm. The Lucas Body shit.
Yeah, the Lucas Body show. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go live
Lucas
for
Body
that.
fighting?
I don't know. Honest
It's
to
a
God,
stay busy fight.
It ain't even that. I'm only watching for the tall girl. To be real with you, I'm only watching for Tamara. I'm only watching for Tamara.
I want to see them to put Body in with somebody good again, bro. That shit was fun. What he did to Ashton Silva.
Can we get Body versus Floyd Schofield? Can we get that?
They were planning on doing it before, so why not?
You know what I'm saying, let me get my coffee. I'll be right back.
Coffee.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck? It's about to be midnight and he's drinking coffee.
These motherfuckers always drink coffee before going to bed.
Yeah, he's one of those people that coffee don't put him to sleep, apparently.
Yeah, no shit.
That's what he was saying.
Coffee's a bedtime drink.
Yeah, the Pro Box card should be entertaining.
Who's the main event?
You know what?
No, I
I
didn't see
like
it.
The Arnold Kagai against Joel Gonzalez.
Pro Box may not have like the top fighters, but they're doing really well for themselves. A lot of people watch, and I know I got called a Pro Box shill earlier on, but you know what? I still stand behind them. I like what they're doing.
No, I mean you were right. You saw the vision before we did. You were telling us, hey man, they got an app. It's like $2 for boxing. It's really nice cards, and hey, it turned out to be some really nice cards.
It's entertaining stuff.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, it reminded me of the old Tuesday night fights on USA and shit.
Yeah.
They always had good fights back then.
You're guaranteed some action. You're guaranteed some
Also,
action.
like now thinking about it, some of their guys, when you think about it, they're actually getting some opportunities because what's his name? Angelo Leo went over there for a couple fights. Magically, he fought for a title right after. Cardenas is apparently about to fight Inoue.
Yeah,
and he's pretty much been a mainstay for them for the last like year or so.
Did you guys go over some of the technical, I guess, maybe the technical outcomes of what it means for Turkey to do this boxing thing with Dana White? Are they going to get rid of like the lineal, status? Are they going to get rid of?
That's what I'm wondering. Because no, he said he didn't want to talk about the belts, but I mean, hey, for like a second, I was wondering that because I said the lineal shit in MMA is not an actual tangible belt. And boxing it 100% is, and you can't just put that in your promotion and say we have the best guys here. A lot of people are going to have a problem with that. You can't just move that over.
You can't destroy history like that. That's a historic belt or title. That's something that's been with boxing since
Hold on 1 minute. Mirage says we missed his super chat, so I'm going to read.
It was about Benavidez. Don't even know. Don't.
Looks like David activated his mandatory with Bivol. It's been officially ordered. Is this all still part of his charade to duck the fight? No, he paid his money. He has a right to get it read.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but that's some bullshit though, because funny how he activates his mandatory for Bivol, but he wouldn't activate it for Canelo. That's interesting.
No. There's nothing wrong with that shit. But there is a rematch on the queue for fucking Bivol and Benavidez. So he's not going to get that fight. He's going to get a vacant belt like he always wanted.
Well, that's the thing. No one has said they're moving up, Leo. So until one of them moves up, those titles aren't going to be vacant. He can still hold on to his bullshit interim ones, but unless someone moves up and vacates, he can't just be handed a vacant title.
I think Mirage was like sitting around refreshing like some kind of feed that would tell him when it's gonna every 5 minutes he's like refreshing.
No. He sent me. See, Don, he sent me like 2 super chats about David Benavidez, and I ignored them shits. I'm not doing that tonight, bro.
I don't get what he's saying that shit because People at Benavidez, they're gonna fight again. They're gonna have a mandatory, not a mandatory, but they're gonna have an immediate rematch. So there's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna be a Bivol versus Benavidez fight, and Benavidez is gonna get a vacant title like he always wanted.
Yeah,
that was
that
always
was
the plan.
literally. It was like bro, like motherfuckers. Look, not tonight, Mirage. Like nah, I don't got the energy to be talking about Benavidez all fucking day. To me, that shit is really like some sick shit. That every time I go live, no matter what the fuck we talking about, this motherfucker talking about David Benavidez.
Yeah, but he's
Bro,
not
that shit is
alone.
crazy.
You got multiple.
But they're giving you money, Jules.
What the fuck you think I'm still here? Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like, I can't go live and he not talking about David Benavidez, bro.
But you have multiple people that do that too. I mean, that's what's so funny. It's like
That's some sick shit, dog. Like, that's some crazy shit, bro.
Hey, Jules, the only thing I could ask is how are the negotiations going to go? Because he's with Al Heyman.
There won't be negotiations. I could see, look, Alvarez, I could see him fighting Callum on the undercard. I could see that happening. And I don't mind that, believe it or not. Like, I like that fight. I'll take it if they make it. But I do not believe he's going to fight the winner of that fight under no circumstances. You could fight Callum, keep busy with Callum, right? You know, because he's been beat before, you know, safe choice. In their mind, yeah, he's been beat before. We can handle him, and they'll do that while they wait. But I still think he's gonna leave. What I think is gonna happen at the end of this year, Zurdo's gonna fight El Cubano. He's gonna beat him. David needs something to do while he waits for Zurdo's shit to get freed up. So, okay, you go fight the Cuban, I'll go fight Callum, and then we meet in November. And that's what I think is gonna happen. That's what I think is gonna happen.
Oh, Jules, really quick before I forget, because I saw someone put it on Twitter. Can you confirm that Badu Jack is going to fight Rosinski on Canelo's undercard?
I mean, like, that's what I like. I've been heard that, but all the anecdotal shit points to it. That look, we actually had this conversation about maybe 3 or more weeks ago. 3 Lions Promotions won the purse bid. They're based out of Canada. Now, you smart. Badu Jack is not gonna fight no big ass Canadian in no motherfucking shoebox in Nova Scotia. That was never gonna happen. So a couple of weeks passed, and Badu Jack posted a picture of himself with Turkey, and I already knew what. Like, okay, he took the fight. He took it from 3 Lions, and he gonna use it as an undercard fight. Why? Badu Jack not gonna fight no motherfucking Nova Scotia, bro. Like, that is not good. He will drop that belt before he do that shit. So he gonna get some Saudi money. I think he gonna get his ass beat, Ignacio. Like, you a better boxer than Ryan, but he's young, he's strong, he got a chin, and he's a moron. He's gonna fuck you up. That's what I think gonna happen. It's gonna be a bigger version. It's gonna be a bigger version of what we just saw with Rayo and Gary. That yeah, you a better boxer, but this dude too strong for you, bro. Too strong for you. You ain't fought in 2 years. You 41.
Too retarded.
Yeah. He's too retarded, bro. But he's gonna get his ass beat. And listen, that's not a bad thing neither, though. Because if Ryan get that belt, then he'll fight Jai Opataya. If Ryan Rosinski get that belt, yeah, he'll fight Jai Opataya. He'll do
Yo,
it.
Jules. What's it called? So, this is a bit off topic-ish. Because Tank fought, right? And he looked bad. Damn, who the fuck is that?
Who is that?
I don't know.
Someone's on the phone.
But yeah, since he like fought, and a lot of people kept bringing this up. They kept bringing up that Lamont Roach fought him in the amateur, so he had an advantage over him. And it kind of made me think there was a guy that actually beat Tank 2 times in the amateurs, Joet Gonzalez. And I always wondered, because it was brought up like a while ago in a kind of dumb manner, because somebody said about now. But I thought if Tank had actually fought Joet Gonzalez, let's say maybe Joet just lost to Stevenson and he wants to move to 30 and Tank's at 30. Would Tank actually be able to beat him in that fight?
You want my honest answer? No. I don't think Tank... Motherfuckers don't like shit I say, but I'm just telling you what I think. I don't think Tank is a good fighter. All of that is matchmaking. It's been matchmaking for years. He used to be a good fighter.
Who got all that shit going on in the background?
Not me.
It ain't me.
What I was gonna say was, Tank looked all right in the Pedraza fight. That was 2017, bro.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, man.
It's a long time ago, bro.
And it wasn't the best Pedraza either. I gotta say.
Yeah,
that.
Pedraza was already getting gaunt from being at that weight. Like, long story short, I think Tank is like a B minus, bro. I don't think like this shit. The way I don't know. The gaslighting with this kid is crazy. That they really trying to convince themselves.
B minus at best.
Yeah, like
he had the opportunity to be a good fighter. Like he's exciting, but he just hasn't put in the work.
Bro, when I look at Tank, all I see is Teofimo with training wheels. They the same. Motherfuckers really don't believe me that their styles are very similar. The difference between Teofimo and Tank, and I'll give this to Tank. He's a bit more comfortable coming forward than Teofimo, and he is better coming forward than Teofimo. That doesn't even mean he's good, just better than Teofimo, because Teofimo is horrible on the front foot. But it's the same principle. Fight out of the shell, counter. It's the same thing. Neither of them have all that much output within a round. They're both working off the counter. They're both looking off a single shot to do the guy. Then they'll move in. It's the same style. The difference between them is honestly Tank is Teofimo with training wheels. That they never gonna step you up ever.
Like I actually slightly favor Tank to win the Roach fight, but the damage is already done.
Yeah, because you shouldn't need two of those is the main thing. That like, yeah, you probably do knock him out in the second fight, but should there even be one? You were 20-1 favorite to win. 20-1.
Dude, no, he didn't crack Roach at all, though.
During the fight, when he got frustrated, a lot of people didn't see it, but he actually tried to bite Lamont Roach.
I believe.
The fuck?
He did. No, for real.
I gotta see that.
Wait. No. There was a portion of the fight where he was desperately trying to knock him out. He was torquing his body, like doing haymakers. He was trying to knock him out.
That's towards the end when they're exchanging. And to my amazement, like I even go because I don't want to shit on Lamont. You know what I mean? Like just be fucked up. But I'm saying that Lamont was winning those exchanges, bro.
Yes,
Look, bing, bing, real short punches, real short counters, bing, bing, leaning off to the side, bing, bing, and it's like not for nothing. That shouldn't be happening to you, Tank. Lamont is not that big a puncher, bro. He only got like 10 knockouts.
He's not.
And he rocked him.
Supposed to be as skilled either. He's not supposed to be that good. You're fighting a C-level guy and you're looking like shit. You know, it's just I've always thought a C plus B minus at best B minus.
Because motherfuckers do the recency bullshit where because Lamont exceeded expectations, we're gonna sit him on 3 yellow pages in a bar stool. No, fam, he still is to me who he was before that fight. I'm gonna say it again. I think Navarrete would steamroll him. I think Navarrete would knock him out if they fought at 130. So the fact that you now struggling with that same dude, all that tell me is what I thought. Tank is not like that. That's just matchmaking, bro. But
do you think that this experience can maybe give him like a decent career after?
Who, Roach?
I mean, like a lot of more people know him now. I mean,
yeah, but if you sell out and you take the rematch, which maybe you don't even have a choice because they did say there's a rematch clause, so he probably doesn't even have a choice. You fight him again, they're gonna try their best to fuck you. They are. They're gonna try their best to fuck you. You know. So
did you see the press conference with his coaches, Davis's coaches, that they were pretty much making excuses and just talking about how they weren't ready and how they would need to prepare next time. And
the sun is setting, bro. The sun is setting on him, bro. The sun is set like the sun is setting on Gervonta. Like you 30, bro. You know you're not gonna get faster from here on out, right? You don't get faster. The sun is setting on you. You needed 2 fights for 1 win over Lamont Roach. Think about it. You need 2 fights with that dude. Jamel Herring only needed 1. And people don't sit around the campfire holding their dicks and jerking each other off about how great Jamel is, but that's what they do when it comes to you. And you needed 2 fights for Lamont Roach?
Bruh, think about how soft that matchmaking is, and it wasn't soft enough. Like they gonna have to start bringing up bantamweights for this guy, bro.
Oh, yeah, no.
Also, you know what I hate too? Like, you know what people do when like something like this happens and everybody's criticizing Tank? They pull out the man. This is why people don't take risks, and you know you don't need to win every fight. And I'm like, yeah, but that's under a normal circumstance. You know, when you're fighting a normal time, like normal career. But we see the type of fights you having. These should not be fights where you're losing, bro.
Because if it's Crawford fighting a dude from 47 at 54 and the same, y'all not gonna be playing no violence. Y'all not. Everybody is held. You hold him to a completely different standard than the entire sport of boxing. And the problem is you flew too close to the sun on wings made of wax. You did. The only people that really fuck with you are people that really don't pay attention. They're not real boxing fans. It's casual boxing fans. Well, guess what? The casuals don't love you like that, bro. You just look like shit. You ask the casuals, you lost. You don't appeal to hardcore boxing fans. That's established. We don't fuck with them. The casuals fuck with them in passing. But now that they seen your ass look like that, yeah, they don't fuck with you either. Yo, you lost, bro. Look, you lost. You should have lost. If you lose this next one, it is over. It's over. They the ones holding you up, not us.
And same thing goes for Frankenberry. When he loses, it's over.
They the ones. They're the ones putting you on a pedestal, not us. If they go, there goes the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go to sleep, and y'all dream about me, okay?
Later.
No, thank you.
Te bañas, Jules.